And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 288. So I hope you guys had a great day. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, we have two topics for you guys tonight. We are going to be covering the conclusion of the Gina Carano versus Disney situation that has been going on for quite some time. And we also have some very spicy tweets from Beau Demayo as he completely just was absolutely going ham on Disney and Marvel, more specifically, why he didn't go as hard on James Gunn and DC and Warner Brothers. And a lot of people got to understand this. He had been working under Marvel Studios to actually produce X-Men 97 for quite some time. I mean, X-Men 97 was announced at 2022 San Diego Comic-Con when Marvel announced that this current saga we're under, like Dragon Ball Z apparently, because the first one is the Infinity Saga. This one is the Multiverse Saga. And that's when it was announced. And the show finally came out last year. So it literally was basically 2 years deep into production. So when certain people say certain things, it's like, people don't understand. He'd been working with them for 2 years straight. Okay. Probably even longer than that when you count like pre-production and hiring people and getting like animators and script writers and all that other shit, you know? So if anyone knows how these people are currently operating, I'm pretty sure it would be him. He got fired a week before the show's premiere, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, before it actually had its premiere, it was announced he was fired or let go, and then
didn't bode well. And he had also previously worked on Blade, or one of the iterations of the Blade Mahershala Ali project, and then he got fired off of that one too. So he's got a little bit of information from a bunch of different sides on this.
Yeah, and it's so crazy that random buttfuck Twitter username Pussy Destroyer XX5000 knows better than him, you know? Like, I'm not saying that, you know, his perspective is maybe the best one, but I don't know where else would you be questioning him. Like, if the company didn't really give him the best tools to succeed in what he was trying to do, yeah, of course he'd be pretty angry about that. Also, guys, it's not just Beau Demayo. Have people, goodness gracious, I mean, there was a situation regarding the guy who did the Winter Soldier arc for Captain America in the comic books. His name is Ed Brubaker. Do you guys remember that story? Ed Brubaker made the story, wrote the story, because the art is obviously different. He didn't draw the art. He wrote the story for Winter Soldier, and he had said that Marvel just basically gave him $1,000 and a trip to the premiere. I think he had an invite to the premiere. I don't know if he even like paid for his flight to go there. Keep in mind, that's the guy who made the Winter Soldier story, and Winter Soldier is oftenly considered the best MCU movie ever made. And it's a movie that came out in Phase 2. And it was the Captain America sequel. It was also the Russo brothers' first movie. The person that made the Winter Soldier story was basically not even compensated well for the movie doing so good. Mark Millar, you guys know him? Well, he wrote the Civil War story. He said he made nothing from that. So, like, it's not just him that has been saying he's been treated badly by Marvel. A lot, like Jim Starlin, the guy who created Thanos, the guy who pretty much mapped out the whole like cosmic Infinity War saga that we went through. He said he made like $3,000, I think, something like that, $2,000, something like that. Even though those movies literally generated almost $2 billion a piece between Infinity War and Endgame, on an average, almost $2 billion. You guys can see why people get angry at this company. Rob Liefeld, despite being a complete meth head, crack a freaking weirdo. I was going to say crackadoo, but I don't think that's even a word. Because I think I lost my brain there for a second. But no, like even Rob Liefeld, who is a complete and utter moron, like he obviously was treated badly by Marvel. Yeah, he cannot draw feet, you know. But then again, I'm not really always looking at a character's feet when I read a comic book. That's just me personally, but you know.
Well, it's not like the second thing that you're looking at. No, I got you, man. But yeah, I mean, it might not necessarily be compensation, but they did the same thing to all the directors in the first phase. They just announced like we're doing the second one before, and that's one of the reasons why Kenneth Branagh didn't come back for Thor 2. Then there's all that sort of information on how they jerked around both I believe it was Patty Jenkins, and I can't remember the dude that actually ended up being there.
Taylor.
Yeah. Anyway, it's kind of their MO that, they're not exactly looking to treat you the best. It's just drive out product. We're looking for revenue.
Anthony, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? MSK. I don't think Gina won like people think she did. I think this was the best case scenario for both parties. I don't think either of them wanted to go into Discovery. Yeah, we're gonna cover that in just a moment here. Just a moment. He also says, MSK, I couldn't understand giving Stanley actual credits for these movies, but some of these comic book artists need to calm down. I don't know about that. The more I've read more comic books throughout my life, and even just recently, people don't understand. Like, people talk about anime and how much they adore the actual creators of it, not the Rurouni Kenshin creator. That guy is looking at that story. Whoo, what a Looney Tune. Not an actual Looney Tune. I mean, like, that guy is fucking insane. I like his work. I love Rurouni Kenshin. It's actually one of my favorite animes I've ever seen in my entire life. But I always draw a distinctive. I like the anime and I do not like the creator. That is a fucking disgusting weirdo. We're talking like CP levels of stuff here. Let's just say that. But people like celebrate manga creators like Taikubo and Masashi Kishimoto and Hirokoshi and Kira Toriyama and all these people. These people should be celebrated because they're creating stuff that a lot of us love and cherish throughout our entire lives. Yeah, I do believe some of them obviously have massively overinflated egos. True. But like, what creative person technically doesn't have a big, massively overinflated ego? I'm pretty sure if you guys talk to Todd McFarlane, pretty sure he has a big ego. He's been very successful. Most successful people have big egos. Just what it is. Like, especially, you should be compensating those people. Jim Starlin, Ed Brubaker, Mark Millar, because they literally made the best shit everyone talks about. And imagine these movies went on to make not just millions, multiple millions of dollars, some even billions, like Civil War, just $1 billion. Why not compensate Mark Millar for that? Have him maybe write more books for you. Oh, they don't, because they think, because since they produced the movie, it was all them. You don't get any of this. I want people to understand. The reason why I'm always big on creators keeping their stuff, like the whole Silver Surfer thing. The reason why I didn't like that. Jack Kirby created stuff that all of us love out of Marvel. Mostly every single character you can think of that's really popular came from him. I think he was the main creator of X-Men too. Keep in mind, I could be wrong about that. But keep in mind, X-Men didn't start off good in comic books wise. Sales pretty much, well, like whatever. Later on, it became really big with, Chris Claremont and, the whole giant size X-Men #1 kind of thing. So, like, when these guys don't get compensated very well, it's not like, yeah, it's work for hire. I understand that. But they would want to do more for you if you gave them that. That's the point. You would want to keep them. They would be saying constantly about how much they would love this company for how well they treat you. Imagine being Ed Brubaker creating Winter Soldier. Good Lord.
I gotta white knight Marvel a bit on this. Like, I hear what you're saying, but you could say the same for every single trade that's on this. Like, granted, yes, the writing of the actual source material is the most important, but why isn't every single part of this more compensated? Like, it's $1 billion movie, and they do actually have contracts where you are rewarded more based off the success of the film, but generally you have to defer payment. Most people don't decide to do that. If this dude had this amazing script, he could have gone that way in with it. Instead, he agreed to this work for hire thing. It sucks, but it's kind of what Marvel does. And then when you're talking about compensating like the original comic book writers, the thing is they're grabbing like a piece from over here and a piece from over here, and they might be grabbing one of the titles for it, but do you compensate every single writer who's ever been on any run of this comic because you're taking a little bit?
I think if you're specifically referencing The Winter Soldier, which is his story, I'm pretty sure that's easy to narrow down. Okay, he wrote Winter Soldier. That was the major basis for the movie. Like the inspiration of why it exists as an idea.
With that one in Civil War, they're very different from how they play out in the comics. They're not 100% the same. So I don't know if that guy deserves the same amount as, say, like the screenwriter or whatever, or if even
the screenwriter gets the idea from his idea. Like, if we have to pay homage to people that made the story, right? But, like the idea of it.
But the question is, I mean, do they own the rights to that story once they write it?
Generally, it's Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel owns the
Marvel's
rights to it after
crazy
that
about
point.
that.
It doesn't matter
Yeah.
what. I mean, yeah, I understand that maybe they should get compensated because it was originally their idea, but they sold that idea. They got compensated when they got paid for it.
I mean,
And
$1,000
again,
bucks, $1,000 from when they made
and it
almost
might
$800 million
suck
dollars.
what they got paid for, but they agreed to that particular fee. They could have gone somewhere else. I mean, not that there are many other options, but my point is they could have done something else with that story.
I don't know. It just depends on how you look at it. Like if you're using this many inspiration, right?
I mean,
I don't know.
So look at Coogler with Sinners.
He's black.
He
His
deferred a
opinion doesn't
whole, but he is one of the most successful comic book and otherwise movie creators of this decade. He is black, and that seems to be a huge plus for everyone except for MSK. But man, what he was willing to do on Sinners was take a super deferred payment to get percentage on the back end. And dude, it's a huge gamble, but it's paying off for him. And then he also put a bunch of his payment to pay for reshoots, supposedly. So
I'm not saying
dude went all in on it. I don't know that these writers are necessarily doing that. Instead, it's like, yeah, I'll take a Marvel paycheck. Yeah, sure.
Like what I'm bringing up is you see a movie doing that well, all of it came from what you created. Because without the person creating it, we don't even get that. But I understand, I guess, the production side of it where Kevin Feige thinks because he put the entire production together, then he should get all the praise. Well, you don't get any of that without the material existing. You see that's where the disconnect comes from. Kevin Feige didn't make these ideas himself. He just kind of called a bunch of people and made them. He put some spreadsheets out, signed some checks. Does that really work? Technically, is that really creative? Like a lot of us can do that. I mean, can you write a check? I'm pretty sure it's easy.
But look, right now Marvel's not making anything on their movies anyway, so they're not going to compensate anybody.
Because like with Doomsday, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know what book they're pulling from Doomsday. Secret Wars, that one's pretty definitive. That was when Jim Shooter was editor in chief. So I forgot which writer wrote Secret Wars. But are they going to compensate the Secret Wars writer? Are they going to blatantly rip off his story? It's like,
but again, does he own the story? If he doesn't own the story, then they're not ripping off anybody.
Aren't you a co-owner if you created the story?
I mean, like look at it this way. With Lucasfilm, they can pull all they want from Star Wars. They're not ripping off George Lucas. They already paid him $4 billion for it.
Intellectual rights of the property. He directly sold that.
But they don't keep compensating him beyond what was in that contract. I mean, they don't give him, okay, well, we're making a new movie, so now we're going to rewrite the contract so we can give you more compensation because you're the inspiration behind this. No, they already compensated him for it.
Yeah,
they own the rights to it. Marvel owns the rights to these stories.
Yeah, and now people, that's when people don't want to.
I mean, if you want to compensate the guy, put on in the credits, "Thank you, so and so, for the inspiration."
They don't do that.
I mean, maybe do that, but I can't see.
Do you know where the credits are buried? You know, when you watch Fantastic Four, do you remember when they were thanked? The creators are thanked way below into the credits. Like, even if you don't want to pay them, which is already stupid in my opinion, why can't you say, hey, these characters were created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby? Like, praise the people that created the things you're using.
Maybe what you could do is say these characters were created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, inspired from a story by so-and-so.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Not even though, even if it's not money, they in Superman. Remember, James Gunn was really hyping up also Superman, which is written by Grant Morrison. That movie's not even based on anything in that movie, other than basically Superman existing as a concept, which it's like pretty low. Even the people that were credited for that movie buried in the credits. It's weird to me. Like, we sit through credits now because we want to see ends. We want to see end credits, so we'll be there. But that's why I have two Mexicans here. That way they can battle my chocolatiness. No,
two.
James,
okay.
Somebody said last I heard you guys were talking about eating big black ass. Could you please continue? Well, that's Bob. He does that. His girlfriend's black, and Gray's girlfriend is like, white something. I have no clue who she is. Maybe she's Mexican. Maybe she's Asian. Maybe she's Asian. Who knows? I heard Gray likes to dip in chow mein sometimes.
I like all sorts of restaurants. I mean,
yeah. Yeah,
But
Oh
I
my
have
your
God.
one
taste
that
varies.
I have one that I frequent right now. So
Yeah. He likes going to the the barbecues where the black guys have like big Escalades and giant rims on their wheels. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, remember today on Twitter? I don't know if you guys seen this video where this lady said that anyone that voted for Trump shouldn't eat at Mexican and at Mexican restaurants. White people should just eat at Cracker Barrel. And it's like, what?
Dude, there's still Mexicans cooking the food at Cracker Barrel. Like,
Like, it's a white lady. You know the intelligence is literally in the fucking bottom
I'm
shredder.
just saying, every
You remember-
kitchen I've ever worked in,
Yeah.
like, it was basically all Mexicans and like me. It was awesome, man.
you remember in Rocky Balboa, the sixth film, when they go to a Rocky's restaurant for the first time? He goes down into the kitchen. There's a bunch of Mexican music playing, and there's all sort of Mexicans in there cooking Italian food in Philadelphia.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's the way it
Oh,
is.
and they do
God.
it well.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're gonna find any restaurant that you could go to if that's the rule. I unfortunately, I think they all might be kind of off limits for you if you're looking at it that way.
And Anthony says, I'm not saying they shouldn't compensate them, but I think what people miss a point on is I don't think Marvel uses the comics as a direct influence for their movie. They just use it as a template.
Well said. Yes, and that's what I was trying to get at. And then what Bob was saying. Sorry, you were going on a diatribe, and I walked over to play with my dog. But yeah. So what you were saying is they should compensate the original ones, and then you said, yeah, obviously they're using this run of Secret Wars. Well, Secret Wars was based on the other Secret Wars. So what are they going to do? Are they going to compensate both Secret Wars writers,
It
or
just depends on which Secret Wars you're pulling from. Are you pulling from John?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
But you can't have the second one if the first one never existed. So are they going to also compensate them?
I would say do it.
And then do they also compensate
Why
the
not?
creator of the characters? So Marvel ran into this very early on in their
Compensate the
thing. And
creators. You're funny.
so yeah, they decided we're not going to do that anymore. Instead, they're going to sell us the rights completely. And that's almost exclusively what they do, unless they get somebody in there that has enough actual pull to negotiate that.
Well, it's not
rare.
exactly selling the rights. It's mostly
almost
like
everybody.
Mhm.
They're running into it now with they've tried to do it with almost every single superhero. Like that is where kind of a Miles Morales comes from. Well, okay, we can't use Aunt May, we can't use Uncle Ben, we can't use Peter Parker, but hey, we still have rights to this web slinging dude. They've tried it with all of them. They tried to do a Superman without the spit curl, without the cape.
Well, Spider-Man is
a whole bunch of
specifically
different things.
Because Marvel Comics, when
I get you, but it's because of
every right to Sony. It's different.
Because of the rights, though.
Yeah, that's
the actual publisher.
Spider-Man, and like Namor is. I didn't even know this. Namor is with Universal. The rights are actually theirs. Same with Hulk. Like if you're selling
that's
all
the movie
rights,
though.
Yes, yeah. That's completely
so I'm talking about the actual comics. The reason why they've tried to switch characters is because, hey, we have 100% rights to these characters where we don't have to pay any royalties. And they've done that with the stories for a long ass time. So it's just Marvel that you're paying for the rights. And that's why they can kind of pick and choose these little nuggets from all these different storylines. And who gets compensated? Marvel, because they own the rights, like Bob was saying.
Yeah.
Nugget. Yeah, it's the thing with writers is writers don't actually sell their rights. Writers are mostly just hired on to write however extended arc your comic book series goes on. And then when you're off, they can either choose to put you on a different series or you go do something else. That's pretty much what it is. It's obviously work for hire stuff. So also keep in mind, was it the writers? Because we know these teams have editors. Was it an editor that said, let's do a Secret War story? But this person you would never know because his name is not on the book, gets compensated. I would say if you want to keep these people around to have them make more stories for you, these all-star people that gave you these billion-dollar ideas, I say you should compensate them on this one thing, I would say. Because if they gave you this many good ideas, you pay them to obviously have more good ideas coming out in the future. Like, why would you not
get compensated?
Yeah.
Paid. It's like at the nursing home I work for. We don't pay the very first nurse who worked there because they set the template for how the nursing home is going to be run. We don't still give them money Before that, we're paying the current people that are working.
That's why you have royalties.
We don't say, you know what, that first nurse really set the template. We should give them thanks. Let's compensate.
Are you disrespecting grandma? Grandma, old nurse.
No, Gray pointed out that it goes down to every single trade. That's the truth. You got paid already.
But Marvel's royalty incentive is, I mean, that's like nothing essentially. If we're gonna go off that, like, I think
sure.
DC has, but I'm pretty sure about how a lot of people point out DC Comics has better royalty, like a structure for it. But Marvel Comics people don't, they don't even call it royalties. They specifically call it something different, so they don't have to pay you royalties, which is like, I guess, I mean, it's smart business decisions. I mean, I agree with it, business terms, but like creatively, if you have an all-star team and you give them just a little bit more, they'll want to make more good stuff for your company. Like if we were, let's say we were a news network and I call myself the MSK world, and we were a news broadcast station, and I said, hey, Bob and Gray, you're the best talent I have. And Bob is like, you know what, MSK, I need a little bit more money. Now, if you're my best talent, should I give you that extra money to keep you there and keep you happy, or just let you go? That's the thing, is I don't know. I've never been in those kind of scenarios before. Like, if you're a sports team, you want to keep your best players. You can keep winning championships. Don't count other bad scenarios where they've done that. Hey, preseason. Emily asked me about preseason. I'll be honest with her. Throughout my long years of watching the NFL, I've never really been an avid watcher of preseason. I just generally think when people say things don't matter, that literally doesn't matter when the season starts. Preseason is essentially just, I don't know.
Preseason, all preseason proves is that your third string is better than their third string. That's it. And the majority of third stringers don't even make the team because you're only allowed 53 players on a roster.
Yeah. And the star players aren't
44 of those are on the first and second string. And then you've got the kicker and punter. That's 46. That's very few left. You can't even make a third string.
Yeah, like, you guys think they're putting out their star players to potentially have like their knees hurt, their arms injured? Like, no way. They're not putting that shit out in fucking preseason games. That, I'll be honest with you, those are the games that literally don't mean jack shit. Like, literally, if your team makes the playoffs, no one is going to remember that your team went 4-0 in a preseason. It's like, who knows? Yeah, it's true. I mean, it just depends how you look at it. It really just depends how you look at it at all. I think that if you not even compensate them with money, I think if you just, post on your social media how much you thank this person for creating this damn idea you're generating so much money off of, I think that goes a long way. Like in the author world, J.K. Rowling created Harry Potter. She's more rich than we'll ever be in our entire lives. I mean, it works in the writing world that way. It used to work in the writing world that way. You could create a great idea and you make a lot of money. Now, I mean, hey, I could write a book. What if I do that? And my book is called.
Imagine what that's going to be.
There's. Oh no! Wait. Sorry, we cut it off. What is your book going to be called, MSK?
No. I was just trying to be entertaining and cool. I thought about it for a long time, but I was like, it's just not going to be a thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit down and type words.
I mean, first you'd have to learn how to spell them, or at least get some of that software where you could dictate to it. But even then, I mean, the real shaping of it will be done in the editing process, which, again, you're not giving credit for the editors on these amazing comics that perhaps they were the ones who helped shape this in such a way. Why are they not getting royalties, MSK?
What did you say? I was looking at a girl get half naked, lay on her counter for
attention. Right, girl. Yeah, we believe you.
See, now you're getting it, Anthony. It'll probably be like Chocolate Thunder or something. Maybe I'll create a story like that. My superpower is
sounds like a movie you'd make.
Maybe it'll be like guy's a secret stripper, and then maybe he gets like shot and then gets like superpowers or something. Starting out real crazy, real trash.
Chocolate Thunder. The fake story of a hairless man.
The problem is, didn't they already have one of those Black Lightning?
I don't even know.
Now you're going with Chocolate Thunder? Are you going to give Black Lightning credit for your inspiration?
Okay. He'll go with Milk Chocolate Drizzle.
All right. So now you're a co-creator of the story. No, it just depends how you look at it. I look at it like this. I'm the hot, rich, good-looking man, and you guys are all my people that clout chase off me. No.
Sorry, I was paying attention to the chat since they're awesome.
Oh God.
Uh,
Okay, you know that Matt Ramos guy who's fucking he's one of those new age cringe weirdos who says shit like "Let's go." He thinks he's so cool because he yells at a screen. Fucking losers, right? But he did make a post on Twitter about this scene that I was like, oh, okay, all right, this is at the end of Let There Be Carnage, where he sees Spider-Man and they don't even interact, and then some idiot down here is like, but he appeared in No Way Home, literally at the end of the movie in an end credit scene.
Yeah,
like that's it. That was
And then
literally for nothing.
And then they got rid of that right at the beginning of Venom 3.
Just I like when people say, "Oh, I wish Sony had control of the MCU." No, you don't. No, you don't. Sony is actually just trash at a lot of things. Great Poupe, do you think some of these comic book writers need to put their egos aside and just accept whatever Marvel gives them because it's not necessarily doing anything bad?
I don't think. Thank you, MSK. I appreciate you reading that, sir, and thank you for the question, Anthony. So kind of. I think they're doing something kind of immoral, but at the same point, they're giving a lot of people the break. So, like the screenwriter that MSK is talking about, this is a break. You get to say that you worked on this, Marvel product. It went on to make billions. It is kind of the quintessential, civil. Both of the wars, kind of Winter Soldier and Civil War, are kind of seen as a peak Marvel. So I think either one of those, you could kind of really use that to bolster a good career off of. But as for compensation, sadly, it sucks. Their whole job is to get the most out of you for the least amount. And if you don't have anywhere to negotiate from, sadly, they're going to do that. And then the only thing you can do is leverage this to get a next better one. And then you can negotiate better because you are a bigger pull now. So you actually have more negotiating power. And then you'll hopefully get a better deal next time. It sucks. It does seem like it's somewhat predatory, but that's kind of how this business works. It blows.
Yeah. And my wife doesn't do that anyway. So, no. All right. You guys can get that joke? It's okay.
I mean, she doesn't exist. So, yeah. Of course she doesn't.
Her boyfriend seems pretty happy.
Yeah.
What happens if you pop a hole in her?
That's just disgusting. It just depends on, like Kevin Feige, just from a movie point of view, not comic book wise. Like Kevin Feige gets to take credit for the MCU just being the head producer, right? Or head, whatever his fucking job is, right? Chief something that his job title is. But in reality, it was the first 5 directors that really made the MCU. I mean, unless you want to count Louis Leterrier doing Incredible Hulk, that was. But you had Jon Favreau, Louis Leterrier, Joss Whedon, Kenneth Branagh, Joe Johnston. Like they really set the tone for what we kind of know as the MCU. But Kevin Feige gets to be the person that takes all the credit because I guess he called some people and signed some checks.
I don't know, man. He championed the fact that this thing could be what it became and then fell from. He did more than just sign a few checks, man.
But he did. But do people... I love the way Rob Liefeld put it. Do people have Feige fatigue? I mean, I don't know. Like,
possibly. I'm tired of hearing of him and Kathleen Kennedy, so kind of, yeah.
I will say this, a lot of brands need to understand at some point you won't be the most popular thing. Yes, that includes the MCU. I remember when I was telling people this, not you guys. You guys understood what I was saying because, you're obviously a little bit more smarter than the average people I had here. But what I was saying was like, there's going to be a point where this is not popular. People's like, that's not true. This has happened in everything. Every big thing you remember at some point is not popular due to various reasons. TV show get canceled, actor leaves, or another better thing comes out and takes people's attention away. People's tastes shift over time. There's many reasons why this would always happen. The MCU was just a very long period of time where, it took it to this point. I think all of the factors, like we mentioned last week, go hand in hand. I think there is fatigue, but I think it's fatigue in different areas. But to say that it's not fatigue is someone just massively coping out the ass. Like, people don't go and watch these movies opening Thursday night, which is what you would have done years ago. because you loved it that much. Now, when it's not the newest thing anymore, you just go, nah, I can just wait till Disney Plus. Yeah, that means you obviously don't like it as much. It's just how it works, or it's not as a important thing to you anymore. So, is that tiring? Are you tired of the quality you got? So you're less hesitant on supporting it? I don't
There's
know.
not one answer for it though.
There's so many.
Yeah, there's multiple answers. I mean, you could make an argument that a lot of the people that grew up watching that stuff have now
families and kids,
where they have families and kids, and now if they're going to take their kids to the theater, that costs a lot of money. So if I'm going to go, what movie am I going to go see? Let's just look at the comic book movies that came out this year. I mean, you got Captain America, you got Thunderbolts, Superman, Fantastic Four. Of the four, if I had to pick one, my choice would probably be Superman. And I think that would be the case for most non-hardcore fans. Would be like, oh, okay, well, if I'm going to go see one of these, it's going to be Superman.
Right.
I mean, because it feels a little bit more like an event.
Yeah, and that's not even factoring in all of the TV shows. So on DC side, you have Creature Commandos.
Right.
On Marvel's side, you've got Eyes of Wakanda, Riri, Ironheart. There were like 2 other ones. Maybe it's not necessarily fatigue, but I think a lot of them have kind of lost that goodwill. I don't think DC has for me yet. From seeing what they've put out in this, I'm super excited for Peacemaker. I think it's like the 22nd or something like that. It's the thing that I'm most looking forward to at the end of this month. So they haven't lost the goodwill, but I don't know. I had no hope for Fantastic Four to be as entertaining as it was. I just thought there's no way that they can pull that off, especially after seeing the last couple ones. And I got to say, the last couple, both Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, they're the most enjoyable Marvel I've seen in quite some time. But I don't know. Still, that doesn't quite equate to I trust them.
Hi, buddy. Go Troon. Oh, luckily for us, no. Didn't the MC? No. Someone said Ironheart had the first Looney Tune. I'll be honest with you, even if they did, I don't care. I don't watch that shit.
She-Hulk was on there. You know how you loved that bride?
Oh Lord,
that bride is actually a trans woman.
Oh,
that beautiful bride that you kept talking about.
So a man cosplaying as a woman.
Hey, they also got Megan Thee Stallion on.
That might as well be
Marvel
a dude.
First.
That might as well be a dude. If she ever came out and she said I was a dude, I'll believe you. I'll be honest with her.
Megan Thee Stallion?
She's not attractive. Okay, Bob, you like
She's
chocolate
a
women
in nature.
Do you think Megan Thee Stallion looks good? I think she looks like an absolute 2 out of 10.
I think intellectually she's not that bright, but man, WAP is a decent.
That was
video.
Cardi B.
I know, with Megan Thee Stallion, and
I guess they're both black and disgusting. It goes hand in hand. Who fucking knows, honestly, dude?
Okay.
I'm just not. You mentioned Cardi B. I'm just not taking a drink from Cardi B.
Yeah. Yes. Being your best interest not to take drinks from that fucking disgusting whore bag. I think she says everything.
Yes, man, they're attractive women. If they keep their mouth shut.
They're attractive. That I need to draw a massive asterisk around that. Okay.
Well, that's because attractiveness can change when people start opening their mouth.
No, true. But the outwardly appearance is already a 2 out of 10. They can drop to a 0 if you want me to do that.
Dude,
opening their mouth are a straight 0. Yes. Black women are usually 2 or 7s. What are you talking about?
Usually? Okay, what is who is the hottest sister that you know about? On the MSK scale.
Okay, we can't do real life. Because that would be none. Shit. Hollywood wise, goddamn. There was one
I thought have to be
was
Hollywood. Just
there
someone
was one
that we would know, or if you have a picture, cool. Just what is the highest rating? If you're saying usually a 2,
even if I would
disagree with you.
Black women to me are literally either 2 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, maybe 6. I'm being kind of honest here, but maybe Kat Graham I thought looked pretty decent.
Kat Graham.
She was in the Vampire Diaries. She looked cute.
Okay. I was like, why does that sound familiar?
Also,
like,
they have to be light skinned,
MSK
not dark. That's gross. Nope.
I
never. J-Lo, she's Puerto Rican, right? She's Puerto Rican, isn't she? I'm pretty sure
it's just Jenny from the block. Come on, man.
Jennifer, I'll be honest with her, I'm pretty sure Jennifer Lopez is Puerto Rican. She always brags about being Puerto Rican or some shit, or maybe Mexican, something like that.
Well, that's just the heritage, man. But she's established that she's Jenny from the block.
Does her love cost a thing? I don't know.
Don't be jealous of the diamonds that she got.
see, Gray. See, I can do this with Gray. Bob a little uncultured. He's old at this point.
Oh God.
Oh God. Does it say her ethnicity? Yeah, she's Latino. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, she was either Puerto Rican or Latino. I know she was one of them. Yeah. Like, Halle Berry is black, right? Halle Berry. I was never that into Halle Berry as far as looks, honestly.
Well, yeah, woman.
Yeah.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
Halle Berry was hot as hell, man. Like 5th greatest Catwoman, but still hot as hell.
5th greatest Catwoman. There's some voice actors who did better than her. She can't brag about Catwoman. Remember she accepted the whole Razzie she got, and she was like, yeah, this was shit or whatever. Like, I'm glad. I know people don't like this when movie stars do this, but I liked it when they did. When you could admit your movie was trash, because but you're basically saying what we already thought. It's like, yeah, Green Lantern was pretty bad. Catwoman was pretty bad. You don't have to tell us that. We knew. No one went and watched that shit. So, you guys ready for some fun? Some hot fun, honestly? Ugh.
Yeah.
Time to slay these people. Ugh.
Wait,
I'll say,
honestly, or...
It's like...
Yeah, sure, I'm ready.
Bob and you probably know a little bit more about this, like the intricacies. I remember like the big stuff of this one. So if that counts. I know like the big stuff of it. But like, yeah, we'll just lead off with that. We'll lead off with those two things, and then we'll lead into the third thing, which goes into corresponding to the whole topic. No, absolutely not. Those women look disgusting. Nope. You're telling me yeah. Okoye?
You think they look disgusting?
Easily 2 out of 10s. Shuri? Oh hell no, I'm good. Okoye was the girl who was Michonne in Walking Dead, right? Her? Bald bitch? Nope.
Did you just say Michonne?
She was Michonne.
Michonne, motherfucker. Michonne.
Ugly. Disgusting. Even the girl that Chadwick Boseman married in that movie. Ugh. Just, I'm good. All types of women, I'd be like, nope. Instant nopes. If they all come in, if they try to get a threesome with me, nope. I don't have sex with animals. I'm good.
Jeez, man.
I've actually heard that you do. So
that's...
I think I see your problem now.
Yeah, black women are.
The problem is you got such high standards, but you actually don't live up to anybody else's standards.
Oh God. Okay.
Hey, MSK
comes in.
Where do you think you stack up on
I'm at least
1
a
to 10?
solid. I'm a solid 7 out of 10. I think. In today's dating age, I'm like a solid 7 out of 10.
Huh.
Well, are you guys gay? You guys gonna rate me? Like, what the hell? Like, come on. You know?
No, I'm a little stun-locked to find out that you think you're a 7. But okay.
We should do a tier list of that. Prettiest women in the MCU. I'm putting all the black women at the bottom. Every single one of them.
Wow.
I don't think one of them.
Even Monica.
Yeah.
Rambeau. Come
she
on,
would be
man.
At worst D tier.
Well, okay. So does the Fox universe? Does the Fox universe wrap in now? Because man, I gotta say, every actress who's played Storm is pretty out of this world.
Yeah.
Oh God, you guys are crazy. You guys love your black chicks. It's all preference. It's fine. Everyone got their own preferences. I don't really.
You don't respect your sisters? Come on, man.
Gray. Just because we look okay, just because we have the same skin tone does not mean we like think the same. Or I'm supposed to be attracted. Gray's doing the whole thing, guys. He's doing. No, Gray, you fell into the KKK line of thinking.
No, I get it. A strong black woman is intimidating to you. I get that, man.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Maybe
one day you'll grow into it.
They're usually not effeminate. Sorry, they're usually not feminine at all. They're usually pretty they act like dudes half the time. They're just their personalities are massive turn-offs.
Shouldn't there be a man in your relationship though? It seems like someone should wear the pants.
Who else is outside of Black Panther? What other black girls are in the MCU? I fucking forgot. I mean, you guys don't think Zendaya is attractive, do you?
You could say Rosario Dawson's character from the Daredevil movies. I mean, Daredevil shows and Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
She would be.
Yeah, I guess
Rosario Dawson. I haven't seen a picture of her in a while. Rosario. She would be.
Dude.
Oh, she'd be okay. This is okay.
Dude. Okay. Have you seen her dancing in Clerks? Come on, man.
Who's the
Clerks
bitch?
2? Sorry.
Who's the woman that plays Gamora? I forgot her. Oh, Zoe Saldana plays.
Zoe,
I think she's very attractive.
Okay,
yeah, come on, man.
I was
gorgeous.
confusing Zoe Saldana with Rosario Dawson. My bad. The only black woman I think is somewhat. I'll give her like a 5. Is Zoe Saldana.
A 5?
She's all right. She's that's where you
Dude.
get a pass. Rosario Dawson, she has weird eyes to me. She looks like she's about to she's like an alien or something. What other black women are in the MCU? I forget. Zendaya's she'd be a 5 to me too. Zendaya's okay. Well, what about that first girl that Peter dated in Homecoming? That light skinned chick. Who was she? I forgot. No one remembers her name because she's fucking forgettable.
Oh yeah.
She's okay. Obviously, she's of age. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. Laura Harrier. And keep on, this is all makeup too. So this is all like dolled up bullshit. This is what I would give her. This is all makeup. So I don't know what the fuck she even looks like. She's 30. 35.
A lot of the actresses are all makeup.
I would give this one a 5.5.
Jeez, man.
This one gets a 6 or a 5.5. This one's okay. This one's all right.
Okay. You were talking about how much you dug, what's her name? Iman Vellani? The one that plays Miss Marvel? Kamala Khan?
She's adorable. Yeah. I won't say beautiful.
Yeah, I think adorable. You said like 9 out of 10.
No.
If I remember right.
She would be like she's okay. She'd be like a 6, 7. She's okay. I think
so you're more attractive than her.
Well, it's like what Bob said. I think she's adorable, but her personality, it looks like it would kind of make up for it, kind of thing. You know, she's kind of fun. Maybe she would do anything sexualized you want with her. Who knows?
God, man.
What is wrong with you, dude? Okay, so I think you
awesome. No way, man. Then there's way better looking women in the MCU over Zendaya. I'll give you two of them. Haley Atwell looks better. Scarlett Johansson looks better. Just those two. Elizabeth Olsen looks better if we're gonna throw her in there. Marissa Tomei looks better. Would you choose Zendaya over any of those 4 women I just said? You wouldn't. There's no way you would. Don't cap. Don't lie.
Well, we weren't ranking these women. You didn't say the most attractive woman in the MCU.
We got to do that next week when there's no topic. We're going to rank all the prettiest women in the MCU.
Okay.
Do that. Yeah.
But I mean, also, I think you got to bring in a couple from other ones. I mean, you know, you got to throw like Amanda Waller on the list.
Oh, I'd rather watch Planet of the Apes than fuck it. Oh God. Oh shit. I prefer if she's thinner. You know those versions of her in DC where she's just fat? That's even worse. She looks a little like an angry fat black woman. I like her when she's thin, but that's still not helping either. It's still like a 1 out of 10, if I'm being honest here. It goes from like a 0 to a...
She's a damn good actress.
She is. The looks, she's done. It's not there, but it's okay. The acting makes up for it, you know. There's no other black girls I can think of in the MCU, honestly. Yeah, the only one that I thought was slightly attractive was the girl from Homecoming, slightly, and Zoe Saldana looks okay.
What about
you're
Valkyrie?
Tripping, dog. Remember. No, dude, you're capping out your ass. Come on, you're really gonna pick Zendaya? You crazy, man. Okay.
Tessa Thompson. I forget her name. She's very attractive. Man, there's a bunch of attractive women in the MCU. What can I say? You might have retired from women, but we haven't.
Oh God. Man, if you give me Elizabeth Olsen or Haley Atwell, oh my God, I'll probably blow my load in like 5 seconds. I'm gonna have 10 minutes. I'm gonna have 5 minutes for both. I can't go hours.
no way that the police wouldn't be there within 10 minutes, dude.
Okay, we'll start the first topic after this fire truck passes through. But Bob, I'm glad you're having a great time on the show, man.
Oh, always.
She has the Kendall Jenner physique I like. Really? Oh, I mean, her physical body looks fine. What? I can't think of any other black girls that are in the MCU. Honestly, I really can't. Superhero wise, yeah, it's only. Is it really only just Photon? That's the black female for them. Is it really just only her? That's crazy. Unless no. Oh, there's that deaf chick that was in Eternals. Do you guys think she's cute?
I don't remember her. I mean, it had Salma Hayek, you know? Hell yeah.
Salma Hayek is, oh yeah, well, she's good looking. Yeah. She has 2 reasons why. Would you consider the girl who played?
She does speak 2 languages. You're right.
You're talking not Tiana Paris. That's Tatiana Maslany. I hate Tatiana. Always sounds like a ghetto black bitch name, for being honest here. But Tatiana Maslany is, I forgot her actual ethnicity because I hate ever looking at this lady. She's not ugly. Well, I believe her personality is like one of those blue-haired feminist chicks. I can already tell. It's not even like I don't even know her to know that. Just like, okay.
No, but you were saying that you don't find her as attractive as the bride from that one episode of She-Hulk. No, I got you.
What about the actress who played Starfire in Titans?
That is good lord. You mean I'm not Starfire?
No. I mean, we can argue about the casting. I'm just asking whether she's attractive or not.
No, that's
you don't think so?
That's even worse.
Well, he's not attracted to women.
I could see that.
Gemma Chan's pretty attractive. Yeah, I like Gemma Chan. Her acting sucks ass, but Gemma Chan's pretty attractive. Tatiana Maslany looks good, but you know, yeah, most black women, they just ain't doing it for me. Even my real life, black women just don't do it for me, man. I don't know what it is. Something about them.
See, that's your problem.
I get the ick from them. All right, let's have some fun. So, you guys ready? You're here for the main event. I had to entertain you guys, and now you're here for the main event.
Out of curiosity, are you just like really empathic, and maybe you're picking up on the ick they're getting from you? I'm just wondering, like, could that be it?
All right, let's have some fun. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Gina Carano Piledrives Disney over Mandalorian firing. So Gina Carano is an American female actress and a very beautiful one, if that. Oh God, hold on. Why? Oh God, fuck me in the ass and my pussy. My pussy's just blowing up tonight.
Yeah.
You know, you could just play like a clip.
Wait a minute.
Get a chance to take a breath and a reset.
I need to give you a suggestion for this. Why can't you be Token, black guy?
Tolkien has not been.
No, we're not doing that retcon bullshit. His name was Token.
What are you talking about? It was Tolkien all along.
It was a retcon. That's a retcon. His name was Token originally.
Tolkien.
Oh no, you're not doing that retcon bullshit.
I hear your request. Here, let me get the most Token character I can. This will take me just a second.
This is going.
Okay. Done and done.
Before we go, the police are outside. Their freaking sirens are going. The black people are doing a lot of crime today.
Huh.
I'm surprised you don't use Chef as your avatar picture. He should. Oh, you pretend to be a black guy. Oh God. See, you
do all the time.
Right? See, Bob's finally picking up. See, so you can either be Token or Chef. That'd be great. Tessa Thompson.
Valkyrie.
Dude, Tessa Thompson's hot.
She'd be in the same level.
Let me guess.
she'd be in the same level I put those other girls in. The ones that she'd be like a 5.
You're saying she's less attractive than the girl who plays Miss Marvel. Wow, dude. Wow. You at least gave her a 5'6". Wow.
Photon is Tiana Paris, not attractive, man. I'm sorry. I guarantee you, she doesn't have real hair. Some of these look kind of. Oh no, I can't do it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. They cloned Tyrone. She was in a movie called They Cloned Tyrone as a black lady. I'm done.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking
it
hell.
was awesome. It's a time travel cloning one. It's kind of awesome.
Michael, what an interesting profile picture. You're now a paperclip.
Yeah, he's part of the Clippy Nation. You wouldn't get it, MSK.
I know you. Know. I know you as only DMOC. Now you're just a paperclip. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's start. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Gina Carano, Piledrives, Disney over Mandalorian firing. So Gina Carano is an female actress that I saw in one movie in my entire life. So I saw her in Fast and Furious 6. Remember she was
bullshit.
Fast and Furious 6?
Hey, you've seen Deadpool, right?
The first one?
Yeah.
No, yeah. I only saw the second and third Deadpool movie. I never saw the first one.
You never saw the first one?
No,
I'm you not have seen the first one. I'm going to find another one.
I'll tell you the
story. I know you're lying.
I got my first apartment. I started living on my own. I started bringing up a bunch of girls. We started having a lot of sex. So going to the movies was pretty sporadic for me back in 2016.
None of that makes any sense.
All right. So in that movie, she ended up basically betraying the, Brian O'Connor and, fucking hell, Dom team when it was Decker and Owen Shaw. Yeah, it was the Shaw brothers. So one of the Shaw brothers was the main antagonist, and it came to a part of the movie where she had been with them the whole time, and then she had betrayed them for the villain of the movie, and she got taken down later on in the movie as well toward the very end of it. Because in the movie, she was just basically The Rock's partner. And I rewatched Fast and Furious 6, and I was like, that's Gina Carano. Because when I first watched
you rewatched it? Hey,
yeah,
out of curiosity, have you ever watched Extraction?
I did, yeah.
Oh, well, that's another Gina Carano movie.
She was in that?
You liar.
When?
You're a liar.
When? I don't remember her in it. I'll be honest with her. I watched Extraction.
2015, apparently.
I watched Extraction. I don't remember her being in it, but yeah, maybe okay. So I've seen.
She played Victoria. Okay.
Okay, so I've seen 2 movies of her in something like big and theatrical. Let's just say because Netflix is straight to streaming, but I guess you could say Extraction got like a big movie production budget. So Gina Carano had some situations that ended up arising from being a part of, the Mandalorian. So these are the big 2 that I remember was the whole pronoun thing where Disney wanted her to like have her pick her pronouns because fucking this is just where the world was some years ago. And she changed them to like beep, bop, boop. And people thought she was making fun of Looney Tune people. And keep in mind, Looney Tune people are mentally ill, completely retarded individuals, so they should be constantly made fun of because they're mentally deranged. And I agree with her for doing that. That was another strike. And then the other one was that when
wait. You just said people thought she was doing this, and I agree with her for doing this. So you're part of the people who thought that she was doing this, but you decided to say it in the weirdest, longest way possible to get there?
I'll be honest here. It's pronouns. I'll be honest. Anyone that has pronouns on their bio, do you look at them and go, "Damn, this is probably we're gonna have a great conversation here"? No, anyone that has pronouns on their bio is a fucking loser. Like it already makes no sense to do it because those are preferred pronouns, right? It's not even like how we were taught how pronouns actually function in the English language that we use, right? Like because if someone says, "I prefer being called," no one goes and talks to me. I prefer being called he. No one talks like that. That is literally just a whole line of retarded in that way of thinking. So the second one was that she was on Twitter one day and she had posted a picture of like the whole like Auschwitz situation, but she correlated it to basically people persecuting you for your beliefs, right? She didn't mean it as far as like attacking the Holocaust. And then about a week after that, she ended up getting fired because it was announced, I think, on the official Star Wars Twitter account that they had said, we're severing ties with Gina Carano. So she found out the same way we did. And we've been kind of having this on social media too, where you have like firings happen where the main person attached to the controversy is finding out about it the same time we do on Twitter. So then
For
when
sure.
Elon...
But it's going a little deeper than that.
Little bit
So
deeper.
she was already promised a show. I believe it's Rangers of the New Republic was the name of the show.
Yeah.
But she was supposed to star as Cara Dune, her character from The Mandalorian, in this project. And it was supposed to actually have Favreau directing. There was a whole lot of promises that were made. And she had actually turned down a bunch of other work to sign the contract to do this, to make her availabilities this.
I remember
and
that.
then this shit happened.
So I'm glad you brought that up, because we can also go into that as well. So they had so even during all of this controversy, so I don't know who promised her this. And keep in mind, the timeline can be a little bit weird when you're thinking of like both of these big situations happening and kind of thinking like, okay, so when did that happen? But we know it did happen, right? Because she said this happened, right? So Disney ended up promising her something, and then they took it away from her by obviously firing her and kicking her out of the company, essentially barring her from working, right? Then Elon Musk buys Twitter, turns it to X, because it was originally called Twitter. We always call it Twitter because I'm not calling it X. No one is, obviously. And then Elon Musk put out a tweet one day saying, if you were ever fired for posting tweets on X, I can basically help you with like any money as far as like lawsuit in that range, right? So Gina Carano was a lot of people adding her, add Gina Carano. Elon Musk, can you help her like actually get back at Disney for what they did to her? And we finally have a conclusion of that, because it was announced that they're going to be going to court. I think, no, at that time we were on a different type of timeline, honestly. But I remember what I said at that timeline of this other thing that maybe existed that got retconned by YouTube, allegedly, in Minecraft.
So you're saying that, but I don't remember what you said. But yeah, they were currently in the time of discovery, so they would have actually had to hand over a whole bunch of documents and show kind of the internal workings of what were happening at Disney at that time to Carano. And then instead of doing that, hey, magically, all parties settled.
Because this is what I said back then, if you guys knew who I was, which a lot of people do, because I'm a very famous, rich, charismatic individual.
MSK, I still don't know who you are. And I've been on this show for a while now.
So what ended up happening was she was actually suing them for wrongful termination. And people know what happens when you're wrongfully terminated, you lose money because of that. Now, it's kind of hard to prove lost wages when you're an actress, and that, as we've discussed, not on this video, but during the show, if you're watching it live, how far does that go when it comes to like, proving a timeline of compensation as far as money and all that stuff? But she was suing for wrongful termination. And I even said this back then. I said, I think she's just going to settle out of court. There's obviously major reasons why you do this. I'll give an example here. Do you remember when Scarlett Johansson's movie Black Widow went day and date release date back in 2021? And she literally said, I'm suing Disney. You guys notice randomly 2 days later, no, you don't hear anything about it. She says, yeah, I forgive Disney. Let bygones be bygones. It's obviously what she means is they settle out of court, because it's way cheaper to settle out of court than going through a legal process. I've dealt with the law in various cases. Going through the law process is very tedious. It's boring. It's tiring. It's exhausting. So I understand it from her point of view. Going through it through this much is fucking, I imagine it's exhausting, signing paperwork, providing bank statements that came out 4 years ago. It's a lot of shit, and that's a lot of money. Come on, she's backed by Elon Musk in that case, so money's not the factor. The main crux of it is time investment and everything. So,
but just like the Scarlett Johansson one, it wasn't about money. Like, she wasn't just looking to win money. She actually wanted what they promised her, and it was the release, and it was supposed to actually be, I believe it was theatrical release, but they
exclusively theatrical. Yeah, it was that.
Yeah, but they kind of did the simul release. I can't remember exactly which one that was, but it wasn't simply money that she was looking for. It was the fact that they kind of broke their word. And that's also what Gina Carano was going at. She was promised a whole lot of this shit, And then the way that she was fired, it basically blacklisted her. If you look at her IMDb,
They kicked
since
her out of
then
that,
she's
that
had
workers union, or what do they call it, right? The
Yeah.
Actors Guild. Yeah.
So she was able to do 2 things since then. One of them's a Daily Wire thing, Terror on the Prairie, and that wasn't exactly super successful. But then the other thing she was doing was in 2022 was My Son Hunter. She was in that one as well. So she's been kind of relegated to this outside of Hollywood kind of right-wing media thing. So her big thing in this was she wanted what they promised and she wanted to work there. So I don't think this was about money. It was about unjust termination. And she kept saying from the beginning she still wanted to work there. I heard much smarter people than MSK saying they're going to settle this and they're going to give her some sort of project. And man,
now that's to be determined if they give her something, because they could just be saying that.
We'll see.
Well, didn't they say that we look forward to working with her again in the future?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
They flat out
right
said
now.
that they're laying the groundwork for something. I'm not saying that for sure it's going to happen. Maybe she won't be interested in it, but I think they want to be able to say, okay, yeah, we offered that to her.
And this is another thing that I want to point out to people, because I've had this conversation with people, and the conversation kind of went like this: Disney's a private company, even though it's publicly traded. It's not really private at all, but whatever. There's like, they can do this because it's a private company. They don't have to really abide by laws. Yes, you do. Even if you have a private company, you have to abide by the laws. That's the reason why we have them, right? I don't know who told you guys that. That person is full of shit. It doesn't matter if your company is private. It doesn't matter if your company is publicly traded. It doesn't matter. You have to follow the laws. You can have your own rules.
I don't think anyone has ever said it's a private company, so they are above the law. They don't have diplomatic immunity. They're not above the law. By the way
people talk about on Twitter, you would be surprised, dude. You would be maybe
Nobody's
surprised.
saying that. They're saying they're a private company that can hire and fire whoever they want, but if you have a contract, there's probably some sort of termination clause, like whether or not they need to pay you some sort of compensation package or whatever.
Yeah. But I remember when this was going on, that was the big thing. It's like, well, but they're a private company. They can do whatever they want. They can? So let's just...
You can't just fire anybody for nothing. You have to have a just cause for it. And the argument here is whether what she did had actual or was just cause for Disney to do that. And that's what Gina Carano was arguing, that this was wrongful termination, that I wasn't terminated for a correct reason here. I was wrongfully terminated because of a political opinion. And she didn't even, it wasn't even her own opinion initially. She just shared somebody else's post it wasn't even really talking about Auschwitz or any of that. It was talking about how a lot of the stuff that started with that, it happened because neighbors were turning against each other. And that's where it all started. And that was the point she was trying to make, that the political discourse at the time, you saw neighbors beginning to turn on each other and over who you voted for. And so that's what the point she was trying to make. Now, we could argue whether she could have chosen a better avenue to do that or not. But at the end of the day, I think she did have a pretty strong case on this one. And I'm pretty convinced, or I've been pretty convinced that this was going to settle out of court. I just didn't see a situation where this was going to go to court. They've got the Mandalorian movie coming out next year, right?
Right. Yes.
They wanted this out of the way by the time they got to that movie, because they didn't want that hanging over their heads. And obviously, Gina Carano thought this was a fair enough settlement, or else she wouldn't have taken it.
There's the other caveat there too, before you go into what we're going to read here, and also the thing that Gray brought up, which is, so let's start there. You need to understand, even if the company has their own way of doing something, that doesn't go above the law, right? Because that would be significant overreach, and many other implications go with that. And the other thing to bring up, to go along with Gray's point, is another person that was doing this. You know, the guy who just recently was in Fantastic Four for Steps, Pedro Pascal, having a lot of insanely political tweets. And keep in mind, another main reason for Gina Carano's firing was because the people had stated that her words and that her posts negatively impacted people of color and marginalized people. How in the world can you prove that from a fucking tweet? And how can you prove that those people are actually hurt? They're not. They're just performally virtue signaling. They're not hurt. It's a fucking tweet. You're not going to get hurt by it. And keep in mind, that's discrimination. Because if the male is allowed to do that, he didn't get fired. Mark Ruffalo, who works for Marvel, was saying some pretty crazy shit during 2020. I was there. They didn't get fired over political tweets that maybe harmed people, but she did. That's discrimination.
But remember, what Mark Ruffalo was saying was the correct shit. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
it was the correct shit because Disney had a pretty or had a set idea as to what could hurt their company or what they thought would hurt their company. So they thought if you had this type of political opinion and you were voicing this, they saw that as negatively impacting them. So when she made that one specific post, when you factor in the stuff that had already come before, they were like, okay, now she's negatively impacting our bottom line because she has this opinion that the majority of people don't agree with. We can terminate her for that. And that's why I say she had a strong case because
and that's where the double-edged sword comes in. Yeah, and that's where the double standards come into play. And keep in mind, as you guys know, when it comes to double standards between men and women, I think we're not equal. I've always stated that. But if we're going to just off work-related things, okay, work usually is predicated off of not having double standards, right? It's usually like, okay, we're all in this together type stupid bullshit, right? So Pedro Pascal, who was also working for Lucasfilm, who was also literally the Mandalorian himself, who do you guys think would have more impact on people? Mandalorian himself, who's getting a movie, who's had 3 seasons, or Gina Carano, who was just in a few episodes of The Mandalorian? Who do you think would have just more of an actual impact? Keep in mind, this is the internet, so the impact is pretty much null and void when you're talking about just spewing over into real life.
Part of it. The other part of it was he is pro what the current
he called Republicans Nazis.
Science. Okay, but he is for what the current science is that could keep people safe, supposedly. It's not a dangerous message that he's spreading. I could see from, like a safety point being like, maybe we shouldn't be seen as condoning this shit, where what he's saying is just mean against, mean people, according to the company, I'm sure.
Because he was asked to stop. People say this, but I've never seen any proof of this. It was, so I'll say alleged. It was alleged that he was told to stop doing it.
Yeah, probably.
I
don't know. We're
comparing
it, and I haven't seen it kind of since.
He's talked about J.K. Rowling recently. He said 2 things. No, that was the other guy. That was the guy who played the thing. He said something about immigrants and J.K. Rowling. Even that is like he was talking about Looney Tunes and immigrants, stuff like that. Okay, but just in that case,
I've never seen devil's advocate. Just to play devil's advocate, when it comes to Pedro Pascal, when he's talking about J.K. Rowling, keep in mind, he does have a family member who's trans. So because of that, he's going to take that one very personal. So so to me, he's just spouting off an opinion. That's all he's doing. I could care less what he says.
That if he's in this position of power, would that have an effect on people? Because he's a little bit more important.
Plus he's a main star. Plus she's seen to have used beep.
She's just like a side character in the
show. But she's also kind of used one of their things, which was previously, R2D2. He's the beep boop guy, but now it's suddenly kind of a gendered dig. I'm sure they're aware of it. It's kind of interesting. So I can see why they would side with that. Obviously, they're wrong.
That's where the discrimination
it seems like they've
from.
kind of.
That's where exactly where discrimination would come from. They're discriminating against her for what she had retweeted versus what he had actually said. You can sure for that. You can. That's where she would get the case from. Because
that's why she had a strong case. It was always going to get settled because there was no way Disney was going to win this, especially with a lot of the change that there has been in culture lately. There has been a shift, and because of that, there was no way they were going to win that one. And like I said, they wanted this off their heads before the Mandalorian movie came out. This was a win for Disney as far as they got it behind them because they could settle and do what they got to do, and that's Disney has it's not going to affect them.
Their bottom line is
obviously, like I said, it's a win for Gina because she was obviously happy with the settlement, or else she wouldn't have taken it.
Or you could say maybe she saw how long this would take to get dragged out and she didn't feel like it was worth it. I mean, it could be a myriad of different reasons why, honestly. They probably offered her so much money that she couldn't refuse. That's probably acceptable.
I think,
honestly.
look again at her IMDb page. There was no settling for this. It settled to what? Nobody has given her a shot since then. She's been in like
Yeah.
2 right-wing things. She was in Terror on the Prairie, which did nothing. It was a complete flop for the Daily Wire. And then she was in I forget what the other one is. My
Say
Son
my buddy
Hunter.
Ben Shapiro, Matt
Yeah.
Walsh,
Yeah.
flopped.
I'm just saying, man. It was all or nothing on this. And then the way that she's thanking Musk for actually kind of putting some sort of spotlight on this thing. No, man. I think she was in this for the long haul, and she was in it with principle.
The only other thing that I could probably say is, I'll ask you guys this before I go through this. Do you guys think she gets invited to the Mandalorian and Grogu premiere next year?
That's a tough one.
Oh God.
I think so. I'm gonna say it right now.
no.
Yes, and I think they're gonna use it to announce her new project, and I think they're gonna go forward with the Rangers of the New Republic or whatever the hell that thing is called. And I think yeah, they're gonna use this as a stepping stone to get to that. And that's also going to be directed by Favreau. And I think this is that secret project that they've been kind of teasing with Favreau for a while that he had to leave the movie for.
All right. Gina Carano. Disney settled legal dispute over Mandalorian firing. Quote, we look forward to identifying opportunities to work together in the future. Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company have reached a mutual agreement in their legal dispute with Gina Carano following her firing from The Mandalorian. A Lucasfilm spokesperson said in a statement provided to Variety, quote, the Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm are pleased to announce that we have reached an agreement with Gina Carano to resolve the issues in her pending lawsuit against the companies. Ms. Carano was always well respected by her directors, co-stars, and staff. That's just a lie. We know this is a lie, but whatever. Fucking hell. And she worked hard to protect her craft while treating her colleagues with kindness and respect. With this lawsuit concluded, we look forward to identifying opportunities to work together with Ms. Carano in the near future. Now, will they ever do that? Or did they just say that it's just to kind of, what's this thing in business world, you say saving public face? Was this just the most PR thing they wanted to put out and she just kind of went with it because that's kind of the settlement they agreed on? I'll be honest here, I don't know. So in about 2 years from now, if she's not announced or casted in anything, I'll give it that max time. I'll give it 2 years. She's not announced or casted in anything. I think what this was is just some bullshit that Disney just put out just to save face. Who knows? You know?
I think it's a real possibility that they could. I kind of agree with Gray in that.
You agree with Gray? Oh, hell no.
They could do that.
Oh,
no, but let me point out, if you look at all the stinkers that Lucasfilm has brought out lately, doing a show like this Rangers of the Republic or whatever with Gina Carano, you can't tell me that wouldn't garner some attention and people wouldn't tune in to watch that.
The controversy alone would drive viewership.
That's what I'm saying. They need a hit badly.
Are you saying that Acolyte wasn't a hit?
Yes, I'm saying that.
I mean, we had Andor season 2, which cost buttloads of cash. I don't know if it got any viewers, but had Mexicans in there. I dated a Mexican before. I know how they are. Ladies, not men, because I'm not gay. So, Carano was fired from The Mandalorian in 2021 after sharing several controversial social media posts. Good Lord. People are so soft these days. Including one that compared being a Republican to being Jewish during the Holocaust. She was also dropped as a client by UTA at the time. In 2024, Carano filed suit in California federal court alleging wrongful termination and discrimination, as well as a demand that the court should force Lucasfilm to cast her again and pay at least $75,000 in punitive damages. Disney's lawyers filed a motion in April 2024 to throw out the lawsuit, arguing that it had a First Amendment right to fire the creator, stating it has a constitutional right not to associate its artistic expression with Carano's speech. But that also gets thrown out because of what Pedro Pascal did. You can't, in workplace, you're not actually allowed to do this. You can't treat one person better than the other. That's why you can actually sue if you actually get that opportunity and the chance. So this is how you knew that they were trying to always snake their way out of it. Tell Pedro Pascal to stop being a gay and tell him to stop touching married women.
It depends, man. A lot of different contracts have like morality clauses and such where you agree that. Yeah, you need to actually read those things, man. And I wouldn't put it past Disney, who's trying to come off like some sort of wholesome company, if they would put something like that. But I bet this isn't caught by that. Like, this is like your personal political opinion. You know, it's not like
Mhm.
something immoral. Like you're allowed to have politics. I do believe this would have been an infringement. But yeah, their argument was, the First Amendment, it allows me freedom.
Well,
So you're
their
fired.
problem was their argument here is that having a certain political opinion made you immoral. You know that's so. I mean, they could have used that morality clause to to push their argument, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
that's
not
where they're
sure.
completely
I
wrong
just
in this
know
one.
like some of them that have like kids shows and stuff, like they
Right.
have like things
Yeah.
in your agreement, like you will not do like adult content while you're under contract with it.
Right.
So I
right.
don't know. I'm not sure if they have something like that, but again, I don't think it would match like you can't be Republican while working at this company. Like
Yeah.
obviously
That would
be
definitely not
weird.
get you a job there. If your Twitter bio said I voted for Donald Trump, you wouldn't be getting calls from Disney as an actor. Just pointing it out. Carano fired back in a post on X, writing, Disney has confirmed what has been known all along. They will fire you if you say anything they disagree with, even if they have to misrepresent, malign, and mischaracterize you to do it. They are now on record letting everyone who works for them know that Disney will take any chance they get to control what you say, what you think, or they will attempt to destroy your career. Glad we cleared that up. The First Amendment does not allow Disney to want only discriminate, which is what they have done in my case, and frankly have now admitted they did. If you ever wanted to know what today's Disney's values are, they just told you. Yes. But you could also throw this on Gina too. It's like the only real criticism that I would actually give to her. If they're, because I remember this post, you can go find it. It's not that buried deep on her Twitter account. Then why would she want to work for these people then? If she knows they're like this, and she literally said word for word right here. I remember this tweet. These people are just literal pieces of shit, evil people. Why do you want to work for these people then? Like, what is like? Does that not seem hypocritical in a certain way?
Well, in all fairness, everybody thinks their boss sucks. So and then they like working with or certain people that they work with. She's talked often that she liked the people that she worked with, some of the cast and
I remember
crew.
that, yeah.
So, I mean, that could be why she wants to work there. She liked her experience there,
Well,
but
hold on.
didn't
You're
like
saying she didn't like
necessarily
working with Ben
working
Shapiro?
for. What's that?
Saying she didn't enjoy working with Ben Shapiro on the Daily Wire and Matt Walsh?
Well, I think she liked the opportunity that she got, but I think she was hoping for that it would be more than what it was. I mean,
Yeah, she missed the platform. Like it
Yeah.
didn't exactly go out to many. It wasn't the masses.
Yeah, because it
But,
was direct to streaming. Because to be fair, Daily Wire has tried to put their movies in theaters. It's another thing that gets thrown into that wrench too. Matt Walsh's did the "Am I a Racist" movie that came out. It was like last
that did
year.
pretty good. Yeah, that did really good.
And even took that movie it took a lot of jumping through the hoops to get that movie into many theaters as they can. So I wouldn't even really blame that on the Daily Wire not actually putting money behind Gina Carano. That was more like the theaters, the actual. Because I heard to get your movie in the theater, you have to go through an actual other business to have them approve it to go to being in theaters. I imagine those people just told them no, because if you're right-wing Republican or anything that's not what they believe, you just get told no, honestly.
But part of that also wasn't that the Daily Wire's first that they were releasing? Wasn't she spearheading that?
Second one. They had that high school invasion movie. Remember that one? They had that one before. Those was like their second one.
Okay. So, but my point is that even if
you're both right. Actually, it's the first one that they actually did as a new production. They just licensed
so as a new
that other one.
Yeah. So the thing is that even if they had a problem with the right-wing stuff, if they had an established studio that was raking in money and had a strong viewership, they probably still would have put it in theaters.
Carano's lawsuit
because you have to take
funded.
A risk on that.
Yeah. Carano's lawsuit was funded by Elon Musk, the owner of X, as well as the CEO of Tesla Motors and SpaceX. He just also might be my dad. Who knows? He's from Africa. I'm not. We dated as many women as whatever. You guys know the jokes. charismatic rich people just had that kind of lingo.
But
No?
that's the other reason why it's not going to be dropped. Like she's in it till the end because Musk was actually funding it. So it's like, hell yeah. Because he's defending her because it was her tweets that got her fired. Dude, that's awesome of him.
Hell yeah, I would do the same thing too. I always would save women in their time of need.
Dude, you've gotten so many people in trouble for being on this show. You haven't paid compensation to any of them. Come on.
Hey, it's the same thing that Shannon Sharp just said in that episode he had on his show. Pockets is light right now. I spent a lot of money on porn. Musk declared in 2023 that he would pay legal bills for people who had been fired for their post on the social media platform. Carano wrote on X Thursday morning, and the truth shall set you free. Later that day, she posted a longer statement reacting to the settlement on X, writing, I have come to an agreement with Disney/Lucasfilm, which I believe is the best outcome for all parties involved. I hope this brings some healing to the force. I want to extend my deepest, most heartfelt gratitude to Elon Musk, a man I've never met who did this good Samaritan deed for me in funding my lawsuit. Thank you, Mr. Musk and X, for backing my case and asking for nothing in return. To my lawyers at Share and Jaffe, who walked me through this unknown territory. Thank you for your wisdom. And this is all just, fucking, you guys can read it here. This is basically thank you, everyone. And I'd like to thank my mom. I'd like to thank my dad and everything. Gina Carano is still pretty attractive.
So none of them were mentioned there. That really wasn't anything like that. But okay. Yeah, no. We can totally quit there.
Yeah. I mean, you have shit right here where she says, I'm excited to flip the page. And
thank you for your unrelenting support throughout my life and career. You've been the heartbeat that has kept my story alive. Come on.
That's always how those posts go. Thank you for basically checking out my life story. We know how those posts go. But you obviously had people from the more shill side of it being like, oh, why would you ever let this trans vote back? The people were not happy. The crazy Disney shills that say everything that Disney Star Wars related is good. They did not like that. Oh my god. I remember I just find it so funny they melted down over that. It's hilarious.
I mean, if they were such an influential part of the fan base, The Acolyte would be the biggest show that ever came out on television. But that's not the case.
Yeah, and I gotta admit, Cara Dune was a badass character. I really dug it. It sucks that she won't be able to be with Carl Weathers, but yeah. Still, I would like to see what Cara Dune is doing now. Yeah. I have more interest in that than going back to like the Lizzo Jack Black planet.
No, absolutely.
That's probably where the EBT and food stamps are at, and the Section 8 housing of Star Wars universe. So this person also had a solid tweet about it. He says, Script Trooper. Wonder what he's aligned with his fandom. Joking. To those bitching about Gina Carano settling instead of giving you the info you wanted out of Disney, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's not about you. She was the one who went through all of this, not you. Just be glad she did what she thought was right and stop constantly making everything about yourselves. Well, people wanted Disney exposed, and it could also implicate more other things that they could have did wrong, but that was never going to end up happening. They would never get to that point. They're not that stupid on that front.
Look, the thing is Disney was already exposed, and and if anybody thought, like I said, that this was going to turn into this massive thing where all of Disney's dirty laundry was going to come out, this was not going to happen. And like I said earlier, obviously Gina thought that the settlement was fair, or else she would not have taken it. So as far as Gina's concerned, she considers it a win for herself. I'm not saying that maybe it was the best win she could have gotten out of it, but if she's happy with it to where she's like, okay, I'm done fighting, this is the best option for me, then good for her.
But come on, she had some really good lawyers that were being paid for by Elon Musk. Money was not an option.
Oh no, I agree with you.
And
but
she's willing to settle. I'm just saying, like, there's no way this wasn't an amazing settlement.
Like if in that article, for example, it said that she was seeking punitive damages of $75,000.
And she wanted to be recast. Sounds like nothing.
And she wanted to be recast on the show. That tells me that she was in it just for the principle of the matter. And
not about getting rich.
Yeah, it wasn't about getting rich.
Mhm.
But I'm willing to bet that she got a lot more than $75,000 out of this.
I just want to point
Guaranteed.
out right here. This is how you know this company flip flops their opinions. I don't get why people protect this company. Literally, they prove to you, even if you don't like Gina Carano, and let's say Disney really does love Looney Tune marginalized people, why'd they stop the Acolyte then? Oh wait, it's because they're a company and bottom lines matter. This was the reflection in 2021.
Manny Jacinto, though, I'm just saying, like, man, you can talk trash on the Acolyte, but man, they have marked most of our hearts. But fair enough. If you want them to suffer, I think they just did. Again, money is not an option, or money is not an issue. They have definitely spent way more than 75 grand on the legal representation right
for
now.
sure, yeah.
But it's in Discovery. So what they're paying to not happen is to turn over all the information to them. They want to settle it before they have to show them everything. That to me is saying that not only with money not being an option, but them wanting to settle before everything gets disclosed. Man, to me, that sounds like she's making out of this with everything and then some. So I'm pretty sure she was heavily compensated, and I really think she's going to be back as Cara Dune real soon.
I just want to just point out the 2021 comparison to the 2025 one. So we read the 2025 one. This is the 2021. Remember when it first came out? Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future. Her social media posts denigrating people based on their culture and religious identity are abhorrent and unacceptable.
Which is not what the original post was doing.
They didn't do none of that.
Yeah,
How you know this company's full of morons? What the hell? Oh, good. And oh man, that looks fucking great. Holy shit. Molly of Star Wars Explained, who pegs her boyfriend, her husband, in his her husband wears the Leia cosplay and she pegs him. Yeah, I'm not taking her opinion as anything seriously. So out of note, this tweet was person commenting on the news, and she says, that statement sounded polite at best. I highly doubt they hire her again. I mean, I'll be honest here. I won't take anything Molly says it because she pegs her husband, but who knows? Maybe she's right. Maybe it, because keep in mind, this company will say what you want to hear. It is literally what they do. So I don't know. I hope she does end up working again. It sounds like she really did like it, and it just kind of took something away from her, that she had something that was going that's great that she always wanted to do. And
well,
who knows?
We'll
Maybe
see.
I'll get her on the show
you
today. Gina, come on to the show and get rizzed up by the Riz Master.
Oh God,
she's way smarter than that, dude. By now, she definitely is. She's not naive enough to not check you out before she goes on your show. There's no way she would tarnish her image by being associated with, the top G, the Riz Master.
We should have done the same thing, Gray, before we
Yeah, that's true. But, I'm just saying, I think, I can't remember the lovely lady who you sounded very jealous of that you were talking about, who says that she doubts they're going to give Gina a job. I think, only time will tell, and I'm betting 100% on the fact that they do, because that was what Gina was really looking for. Again, money wasn't an option. I think that's what she got, but we'll see.
Yep. Verbal Riot, who's a known based black guy, because, I'm known to be a based black guy too, obviously. He had said, the fact that some people are upset about Gina Carano's, the fact that some people are upset about Gina Carano settling out of court prove it was never actually about her being wronged. Fight your own battles, kids. If you want blood, go get it yourself. Sounds pretty fair, honestly. But yes. What are your closing thoughts about this? We'll start with Gray. What do you think is the next step for Gina Carano? Obviously marrying me. Going on a date with me. Obviously, you said that's going to happen.
Definitely not. I would 100% advise against that, but luckily we all know that's never going to be an option. I hope a long, flourishing career. I hope not only does she somehow get to come back as the Deadpool villain in somehow in Secret Wars or something like that. But yeah, I hope Cara Dune gets to come back for the Star Wars universe. I think it could be really cool to show that universe, but from a different side. We haven't seen those Rebel shock troops before, and it would be really kind of cool to see. I'm sure they would show in flashback some of her backstory, but what they would do to kind of rebuild at that time. So yeah, I don't know, man. I really hope that they give us something cool, but I'm not so convinced that they're going that route. But again, everything that they're kind of doing on the Marvel side seems like they might have gotten the message, and they're not putting so much one-sided politics into it. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong here. But I wish her a long, flourishing career, because sadly, it seems like it was unceremoniously taken from her in 2021.
Bob, what is your final thoughts on this? Do you think Gina
Before-
Carano dates me or goes on a
No.
or comes to the channel?
Before I give you my final thoughts, you did mention when this section of the video started that you understood because you've had to deal with a lot of legal processes yourself. Just remember two things in that case. One, you do have the right to remain silent, so make sure you use that. And number two, you are allowed one phone call. Just don't call me with that phone call, okay? That's not who you're supposed to call. But back to the Gina Carano thing.
Oh
I
God.
think in this case, I do think she made out like a bandit on this one. I think that they threw everything but the kitchen sink at her because, like it said in the article, if you look at what she was seeking, that wasn't really a whole lot. She was in this thing for the principal, and I do think that she got more than fairly compensated for it. I think that's one of the reasons why she also settled. Disney, in this case, they wanted to settle. They didn't want this stuff getting out there, and like I said, they didn't want it over their heads with the Mandalorian movie coming out because Lucasfilm needs a win. They need one badly, and they didn't want this hovering over them. And I agree with some of those tweets as far as if you're upset because Gina Carano settled. I don't know what to tell you. This was never about you to begin with. This was always between her and Disney, and she's got to ultimately do what's best for her. If she didn't think it was fair, she wouldn't have taken the settlement. So, yeah, I can understand being disappointed, but don't be angry at her for this. At the end of the day, I'm glad for Gina. I'm glad that that it obviously worked out in a way she was happy with, or like I said, or else she wouldn't have taken the settlement. So I'm happy for her, and I do hope that she gets to be Cara Dune again, because I would like to see what's going on with that character as well. I really enjoyed her on The Mandalorian, and I'd love to see some more of her.
Yep. For me, my final thoughts on this is I'm actually glad she got the win. It's nice to see all the salt pouring down from these stupid, moronic, retarded Disney Star Wars shills that literally get on their knees and suck off anything Disney offers them, while not simultaneously realizing that this company could care less if you like died tomorrow. Honestly, they'll change their opinion on the fly if they just kind of go where the wind blows in terms of money. So I don't know if she gets hired again. I mean, if they invite her to the Mandalorian and Grogu premiere that comes with the new Star Wars movie that drops next year, who knows? That would be pretty spicy if they didn't offer her to go there if she wanted to go. But yeah, this is a huge win for her, and she settled, and that was always going to be the case. Disney did not want more dirty laundry airing out about this. That's not something they want, but they do need a win. The TV side of it hasn't been beneficial for Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars, essentially, we'll know if it's almost basically on life support or dead, pending Mandalorian and Grogu's box office results next year when that movie drops. If that movie doesn't make profit and it just kind of breaks even, well, I guess that's all she wrote. Maybe it's time to just honestly reboot it at that point. Who fucking cares at this point? It's like you already went from nobody gives a fuck to extremely nobody gives a fuck to like, all right, the only people at all willing to even care about the shit is just shills you just give free shit to. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you've not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye. Peace. Wow, you guys suck ass. I mean, one sec. Let me message this lady.
Oh, God.
I hope I didn't certain word. Oh my god. Okay. You guys need to know the rest of that conversation and interaction. I'm not gonna get sued.
No, I'm pretty sure it was. I hope I didn't harass you too bad when I was looking through your window. Am I close?
Depends.
So yes. Anyway,
I've
I
had
hope
a
that goes
lot of
well for
sex.
you.
Don't worry. Oh man, I just had the tweet here and I just went past it. Fuck my pussy. He went through a lot of them. Oh, we're gonna be going down some threads here. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to preview this with you guys. Can you guys see that properly, or you want it bigger? So you want to like?
Yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bigger's always better, MSK.
So 200. Good. Let's
Sure.
250. That's really
Ooh.
better.
I mean, it's pretty good.
We'll try out this. We'll try out 250. I mean, like I told you guys before on you guys are watching this, I have to kind of experiment with kind of the percentage of how much the page is looking toward you guys because I can see it because I'm literally next to the screen, but you guys on the video can't. So we'll try 250. You guys go good with 250?
Yeah, that's fun.
I think we're good with it.
Oh, it might be a little too big. Let me go one more down. Okay, we're fine. We'll try 200 because I have to be able to do the quote tweets and everything. All right, let's have some fun. All the way in, as you guys know, I'm not a spitter or a swallower because that's what girls do.
Wait. So what are you? You're just a holder?
I'm just black. No? All right. Let's have some fun.
Hunter?
We're going to talk about Grey Poupé's best friend, Beau Demayo. So, hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Beau Demayo going off on Marvel and Kevin Feige. So Beau Demayo, about I think a day or two ago, completely went off on Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige. So Beau Demayo is a guy that they hired to be the showrunner on X-Men 97, the sequel series to X-Men, the animated series that came out during the 90s. And obviously, as you guys know, X-Men, the animated series, is one of the quintessential pieces of X-Men media ever created because I'm pretty sure with that show, that's how a lot of us became fans of the X-Men. That's how I became a fan of the X-Men and, obviously became a lifelong fan because that made me obviously watch the other animated shows and obviously, was the catalyst for me even watching the live action movies as well. And I really do like the X-Men animated series. It was very, very good. And then in 2022, at the San Diego Comic-Con, it was announced that they're going to be doing a sequel series to X-Men the Animated Series, and we're calling it X-Men 97. And Beau Demayo, the showrunner, was at a panel, and he was talking, obviously, to the people and everything like that. And around 2024, we finally got to see a full-length trailer for it. And I'll be honest here, when I first saw the trailer, because given how Disney is and Marvel, you're like, I just have no hope they're going to do this good at all. It looked very good. It honestly looked very good. You guys have said to me, it's the best thing they've released outside of the MCU that you guys said it was very, very good. And I could tell from the trailer it was very well made. I was like, this? I was like, fuck me. Where's this Marvel been all this whole time? Like you can do this, but lo and behold, this is what companies always do. So you guys liked X-Men 97. I haven't seen it yet, but I will eventually get to watching it. Heard good things about it. Beau Demayo was fired a week prior to the show actually premiering. So around the same time they had the red carpet premiere, he was fired around that period. And I don't even think he even went to the red carpet premiere, actually. And then ever since then, he's kind of been always throwing little nuggets out there about, what really happened, and people in positions of power like executives and conflicts of interest and all that stuff. There was one story he had recently, and it goes to show you just how dumb and retarded the average person is, right? Where he told this story, I'm kind of paraphrasing here, where he reported it to the higher ups that there was a person dating another person on this project, and someone said, "Why is that an issue? You guys can't be this retarded in life. I refuse to believe you're this stupid." There's a direct conflict of interest if people start dating in the workplace because of positions of power and how people treat each other, right? Favoritism and all that stuff. There's a reason why you're not supposed to do it, but people do anyway. But just want to point out that. So one of the original reasons why the media said he was fired was because he was difficult to work with. Who the fuck knows what that means? I mean, hasn't there been a lot of people difficult to work with, like Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, like some of the best
MSK.
known people? Oh God, no. Some of the
but
best
he's difficult in a
people.
different reason. His is like trying to grab a cat and put it. In
Oh God! Oh no,
That's
we're not
much
Donald
different
Trump
than,
around here.
than these guys that are
that.
true artists that actually have a
Right.
vision
Oh,
and they're not willing to compromise. Those people are difficult for a different reason. But wow, I burned MSK so hard that he blurred out for a second. Yeah, no. So it's kind of interesting what happened with him, but there's a couple things that you left out, or at least were kind of different in my experience.
Mhm.
They kept hyping up that the creator of X-Men 97 is not only a black man, but he's a gay black man. And like they kind of kept putting that forward.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, I don't know. Like X-Men is a diverse thing, but should it be super woke? And then when I heard kind of what storylines they might be tackling, I don't know. It didn't bode that well. And then when I saw that first trailer, the animation is a little bit jarring. It's that same engine that they use for the What Ifs episodes. And man,
It's crazy because that show looks so much better than What If. What If looks like booty hole. What If looks bad.
It's a little off-putting though, but once you get into it, man, it's awesome. But the actual visuals that I saw, it's like, okay, well, they're teaming up, and for some reason, Gambit's writing Wolverine. Like, what the hell is going on here? But maybe it could be cool, and it was. Rare victory. But the other thing that I heard before it came out was, and the showrunner has been fired for inappropriate behavior. They wouldn't clarify what it was. It was just inappropriate. And he happened to have his own OnlyFans page as well. So was it just that it's Marvel, Disney, and perhaps they have like a morality clause? It's hard to say. Just apparently there's something inappropriate, and they kind of kept their mouth shut, but there was kind of rumors floating about. Did you hear anything more specific than that, MSK?
Oh no, because the whole difficult to work with rumor is weird, because you guys remember the whole Josh Whedon, Ray Fisher shit where he said it was difficult to work with, but we never actually got any real information on what that means. Because what does that mean? It's like maybe one day he like raised his voice a little. Like that could be considered difficult to work with. Like guys, I'm
So-
understand being an asshole is not a thing against. It's not like a bad thing. Like you can be an asshole. Is that a good thing? Probably not. But that's not being difficult to work with. I don't know what that means.
I might be
their
biased here. So again, Mustard and Demayo. But what can I say? From what I heard, he was not willing to kind of compromise a lot of his visions and would say no to a lot of the revisions that Marvel was kind of pushing forward. And hey, we should elevate this character because this tests better. And it's just, no, we need to stick to the source material. Hey, just like Mike says there. Literally what I was trying to get at. Good comment, man. But yeah,
Thank
like
you.
he was unwilling to compromise to what they were doing. And it was to the same point that the entire season was leading up to the Onslaught kind of arc. But man, you can see every element of it that's leading to there. And then they made him kind of rewrite the actual ending arc of it. And instead it is one of the weaker parts of the season, but still the way that he was kind of able to weave that together literally last minute is just masterful. I highly doubt we're going to get somebody that cares as much on the second season. And I think this first season is going to be just an aberration. But man, not only that, so he was difficult to work with in that way, but apparently there's a tale that he was like sending pictures of himself maybe unsolicited to other people. But again, this is him in the corner of my box here. Man, when you look like that and you say, no, the pose should be more like this, that kind of makes sense. It's not like me or, receiving these pictures from MSK where it's like, why are you doing that, dude? Like, this is really weird. I'm not making a Stickman video game.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because there was the other one where the more of the bullshit line they gave us about him was he got fired allegedly because of his outside of work related activities because he has an OnlyFans.
They were people that he worked
that?
with. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the pictures.
No. You remember when the bullshit was because he got fired because of his OnlyFans activity? They hired him knowing he was doing that already. That we knew that was a lie. That's some bullshit. They don't even. I'll be honest here. There's some girls in Marvel right now that probably have OnlyFans. They don't give a fuck about that. But we know how double standards work with men and women, i.e., what we just talked about with Gina Carano and Pedro Pascal. So so I don't know, honestly. And keep in mind, two sides to every story. Maybe what if I talked to so about the F&T meetup this year. And I talked to Jen Soska, who was really attractive. Man, good lord, what a
Are you about to say that you sent some unsolicited pics?
I'll be honest here. No, we were having a good time with each other, talking to each other. She definitely wanted to be around me. She gave me those smoky eyes. She blew a kiss to me. Obviously,
I just have a feeling that you were having a lot more fun than she was.
Oh god, she was looking at me directly in her whatever. Man, she was really hot. Holy crap, good lord. I'll probably choosing her or sister. Doesn't matter. So,
are you sure the kiss was to you and not the security guard who was removing you? She looked
at me and blew a kiss to me. She was like, "Oh my god."
Again, though, it was as you were being removed by a security guard. So, who was it to? So, you guys were kind of both in the same spot.
As you guys know, she was in the Hollywood Sphere with her sister to some degree, and I had asked her, "Are these guys?" I just asked her experience. I didn't tell her give me names, right? She said, word for word, that most of them are just secretly gay. So, who's to say that Beau Demayo did that unsolicited? Let's be honest here. Knowing how these people are kind of always in the closet for some reason. I'm not. I'm straight. I have sex with a lot of girls. Who say that they weren't attracted to him? Who say that they weren't trying to hit on him? Right? I'm just pointing out, we know stories about these people being secretly in the closet. I mean, that should be just kind of a known fact at this point. But we got to a point where they're going to go a different direction with X-Men 97, for anyone that was wondering. Different showrunner. And, I didn't like the whole morph. What's the whole morph pronoun thing? That was that was a red flag. But I heard it wasn't that big of a deal in the show, which is fine. If it's not a main focal point, it's whatever. I don't like it, but as long as it's not like a hammering it down in your face, I'm pretty sure that was a gay reference that he might like if Beau Demayo watches this. But don't worry, Beau. I'm a buff, rich, good-looking black guy too. So here's a few tweets he had where he went off on Marvel and Disney. To those asking why I'm not so hard on Superman, the answer is I've never worked with Gunn or DC. Yeah, working with the company versus not working with the company, for a lot of you guys who don't understand this point of view, is different, right? He doesn't know what Gunn does or DC does to really jar like, okay, are they a worse company? Because you haven't worked for them, obviously. Like Matt Shankman and the writers of the Fantastic Four, I've sat in the creative meetings at Marvel Studios. They're horrible. And I would love for someone to be like, oh, random buttfuck nobody on Twitter who lives in, I don't know, Maine or Minnesota or some shit in their mom's basement saying they know better when your mom pays your cell phone bill. You basically sit in a room with Kevin Feige and Lou D. Esposito and try to pitch your movie while also realizing that Kevin just wants you to dictate his rushed thoughts. So it's probably like, hey, you probably have to reread his mind. I guess that's what I take from that. Victoria Alonso. She was fired a long time ago. So I remember her. She was the whole like ex-women bitch, fat, ugly, stanky bitch hoe. Victoria used to be in these, but Kevin
again, you're calling her a fat, ugly, stanky bitch hoe, but you're giving yourself a 7 out of 10. You were saying?
Oh, thank you, Gray. Thank you for being on my side. Victoria.
When I listen to some of your ratings, MSK, I'm not sure I trust your ratings on women.
Oh, God. Yeah, black women, the epitome of America's great quality women. Yuck and disgusting. Victoria used to be in these, but Kevin and Lou had so mistreated her that in one of my Blade meetings, she just showed up with sugar cookies she baked to help improve morale. Keep in mind, these are like
MSK, why don't you ever show up with sugar cookies, man?
I mean,
I
I show
know.
up with Sprite. Does that fucking count? Like, goddamn. But like, this is something that I want people to know too. Kevin Feige also probably doesn't think women are useful. He wouldn't think she's useful by what he's saying is if what he's saying is true. Even the people in charge don't value women. I mean, I really don't, but that's just my opinion. But I'm just pointing out these people that claim that they're the biggest male feminists ever. They're not. They're just like me and you. They just virtue signal. Just pointing it out there. And yeah, Beau was also in a bunch of Blade meetings, but the Blade
Don't lump
meetings
us together.
So I heard the Blade meetings that he was in never went anywhere, or he was asked to like consult on it. But we know the Blade movie is a whole different discussion for another day. You're even told not to try to pitch ideas from the comics because Lou isn't a big comic guy, and it'll turn him off. I mean, I could have told you that for free. All of us know that. Like that's an easy one. You sit and talk about craft and story and characters only to have Feige and Lou say, yeah, well, all we need to do is make sure it's fun, etc., etc. So it's more like the business side of things versus like source material. Okay. There's no spark. There's no vision. Yeah. I could have told you this after like fucking the Infinity War saga. Or sorry, yeah. The after the Thanos saga or whatever it's called, there's been no vision for this company.
You think before that there was a vision?
I mean,
it's been since the beginning. Like
yeah,
Iron Man 2. Again, they hadn't talked to Favreau. They hadn't gotten a script in place. They just announced the date that it's coming out. They did the same thing with Thor 2, and that's why Brana walked, as opposed to Favreau, who had a really shit time doing 2. But it's what led to, like the third one of almost all of them being real shit. And the second one of a lot of them. They never really had a plan. And this kind of says it. Lou doesn't want to hear anything from the comics, so they're going a different way. And that also kind of answers your previous thing of, why aren't they paying the writers more? Well, they're not really using the source material.
One of the if what we're to believe is true right here, one of the executives literally doesn't even value the comic book writers. These are the people who make these are the people who make the ideas for you to have that as a template for you to make a damn movie.
That's nerd shit. We're making movies here, man.
Oh yeah, so I forgot. There's levels to this shit, as we know. Marvel is a slaughterhouse factory where you watch fresh meat get spoiled as it slowly makes its way through the assembly gears of mediocre thinking and this weird hatred for their own product. Okay. I mean, they even treated that black lady bad. Who's the black lady who directed Candyman? Oh my god, Nia DaCosta.
Yeah.
Like, I heard her movie went through many revisions, and the final rendition we saw wasn't even what was originally done for the movie. Holy fuck.
Yeah, 3 different editing processes and at least an hour off of her vision, which she tried to get her name removed and couldn't. So, yeah, it sounds like it's really shitty. And that's a lot of what Demayo was asked to do, but he kind of didn't back down, and that makes him very difficult to work with.
Oh, he's dangerous. A black man who doesn't, want to be on the white man's plantation. Oh God, they're like a black guy that is like, okay, master, I'll do whatever you want. I'll tap dance for you. No.
We understand. We know the MSK type.
Oh God, this is why Rob Liefeld isn't just some old bitter man. Okay, I understand this point of view if you don't know the comic side of Rob Liefeld.
He's not just that guy. He's also a former child
Rob
prodigy
Liefeld is a different story. I mean, okay, I understand Rob's point of view, but Rob is I can't give him that. Rob's at 50-50. Rob Liefeld is such a fucking weirdo. He does a lot of things to himself. Talking about the comic book writers is met with open contempt. Yes, I've been saying this for years. If I could backflip right now, I would. They literally hate the people and dislike the people that made them the ideas that have made them literally billions of dollars. Why?
MSK, really quick, could you try and do a backflip?
Good Lord. If I could dance in this chair right now, I would for during the video. I feel so vindicated. I feel so vindicated in my life. Thank you, Beau. I knew you were a good black guy. you suck dick, but it's okay. It's okay. If you love putting those things far down your throat, more power to you. I had to fight.
Why do you always go there, MSK? And I understand it is the way that you relate, but why do you always go there?
I had to fight to get the Lou Walt involved on X-Men 97, and even then, the dismissive news with which Dana Vasquez Eberhardt spoke about them, basically telling me the OG creators were meant to be seen, not heard to appease fans. I wanted to co-write an episode with them, and that was Dana's response. I even remember wanting to talk to Chris Claremont and being shut down, or wanting Joe Maduria, Maduria, to do posters, just as I was scolded for being too friendly with fans or coming off too much as one. That would be insane. So you're barred from even talking to people that make this, because it would make sense why you would talk to Chris Claremont, the person who literally made X-Men for what you guys know as X-Men. The original X-Men stuff before Giant Size X-Men #1, it failed. Like, that was I will say this, that's the only thing that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby did that failed. But it technically didn't fail. They had to tweak it a little bit. So you brought in Dave Cockrum. That's his actual name, Cockrum. Fuck me, right?
I can understand why it sticks in your mouth. Sorry, your mind.
So after Giant Size X-Men #1, they basically tweaked how the X-Men are for people with Chris Claremont, right? So it would make sense why you would talk to the main architect of X-Men and how you know them in general.
He has created all of the classic storylines, but it also makes sense with what the MCU is trying to do, where they don't care about the comics, but Beau seemed to care. And man, every one of these kind of story arcs was rushed, but the way that they did it was with such respect. Like, I don't know. Obviously, if I could have gotten like a stretched out version, a full season, that would have been awesome. But man, going through these arcs the way that he did, it is amazing. I understand why he'd want to talk to Claremont, because he is the one who kind of made X-Men about like these soap opera kind of stories that are kind of going on in the background of the action.
If you guys don't know, X-Men failed with X-Men essentially was just only getting reprinted issues until Giant Size X-Men #1 with Lane Wayne and Dave Cockrum and all that shit, and Chris Claremont contributing the ideas to it. So, man, this contempt for the comic book writers and creators is disgusting, in my opinion. Oh God!
But also, getting a classic artist like Madureira would be awesome.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. This was in a meeting where I was pitching that we could use Blade as a chance to pick up the dangling threads from Doctor Strange when it came to Wanda and the Darkhold. We could use Varney and the Darkhold cultists. One of my drafts opened with Deacon Frost tricking some British explorers to trek up to Mount Wundagore, where he does blood magic to reveal the vampire spell was used by Varney and his followers during the days of Kull. I'd start trying some of these threads together. Sorry, I thought he said tying. I'd start trying some of these threads together. I even had the same monsters from Doctor Strange show up to kill the explorers before Deacon reveals he's a vampire and kills them. Up until that point, he had been covered against the cold and the daylight. This was set before Doctor Strange 2, so a lot of the stuff played ironically, while also having Frost give us more details about Kenton, who we only get a glimpse in Doctor Strange 2. To Kevin's credit, he liked the idea as well as my pitch that magic is to Blade what snakes are to Indiana Jones. He hates magic. But then Lou felt it was too comic book, while Mahershala Ali bumped on there being magic in the film tonally. And then I watched as them and Nate Moore picked it apart, and we were off to a new draft. It's a broken machine. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Please finish. Sorry, you only have 2 sentences left.
You're fine. It's a broken machine, And so I can see where Matt and his team probably had great ideas, only for Marvel's arrogance to just destroy them. Yeah.
Sorry, could you say the one word, the third paragraph up there, details about that word, and then could you say the star of Blade's name one more time, just real quick?
So, would you like to have sex with my wife and as I watch?
Again, no, I'm good, man.
So, this person had asked, which went to another tirade. I think this is one I bookmarked. Yep. So, this person said, "Hey, Beau, what changed with Marvel and Feige when came to Marvel before Endgame and after? I thought he respected comics." Well, he lied to you guys. I don't know why any of you guys believe that. Literally, given since the MCU's exception, I don't know how you could believe that, but whatever. And that's why we always got connections and Easter eggs. But the way you're describing them, but the way you're describing him post Endgame content seems like he's mentally in the system too long. He could be checked out. I mean, Kevin Feige has been doing this since before Iron Man came out. These plans were made in like 2006 early, right? 2007. Like, he could, I mean, to be fair, Kevin Feige literally just could be burnt out. He could be. I mean, he's been in it forever. But Beau had this other long tweet which says, "Look, I think Kevin and Marvel used to trust their directors and writers to do their jobs, which is to take our love of their IP and apply our decades worth of filmmaking craft to make them sting on screen. But success gets to folks, and soon you start getting high off your own supply. I don't. I'm always sane, obviously. You know, there's a Batman story. There's a Batman comic book story called there's a Batman comic book story called Going Sane. That's me. I'm always going sane. Appeasing actors and protecting your job becomes more important than the characters." I agree. As one Marvel employee told me, quote, "They make it clear that every good thought came from Kevin. He's a celebrity." Yep. That's why they would treat comic book writers like that. They think just because he pitches some bullshit, then he's just God, honestly. You know? Even though everything Kevin Feige's ever used came from much more creative people, I would say, in the comic book realm, honestly. This is why X-Men 97 was such a threat to them. Brad Green lit it on the sky, and then no one took me seriously. Marvel Studios took one look at me and my Instagram and said, "This is some brown gay muscle kid who's more style than substance. He'll make something cute." And then I did more than that, and I did it without Kevin or Lou or their studio. I did it with a team of amazing artists and animators who rallied outside of the system to make something for the fans, even as folks like Dana V. Eberhardt made our lives hell. I remember begging Dana to give the crew a hiatus for season 3, and that a lot of folks were unhappy. Her response, and I quote, "We'll just get new blood. It'll be good for this show," because her mindset is what Marvel's always thought about this. They're Marvel. They can always get new people because they're Marvel. But that's a double-edged sword. Yeah, you can always get new people. You can. Are they going to be as quality? You can take that route, but that's how big corporations get, as you guys know. That's not even a new case just for Marvel. This gets at Marvel's core issue. They started to see their artists as disposable and replaceable because all Marvel needed was Kevin's brilliance. Yep. I agree. Yep. It wasn't the comic book writers and other people helping him. It was only just Kevin Feige and his genius. But what has that turned into? Bullshit. The MCU failing. That turned out not to be the case, and X-Men 97 was direct proof of that. I remember speaking to an exec after the show premiere and asking if Kevin was happy with it being such a hit. Their response, after a long pause, he'd be happier if it wasn't being used as a referendum on what's broken at the studio. He also worked on X2 and doesn't like that folks are saying it's better than the Fox movies. Yeah, because he has a big ego. He wouldn't want basically Beau being lobbied as the guy that made something better than Kevin Feige. Good, like the Lord Savior of Marvel. Yeah, he can't have that. Also, it's a black guy. Kevin Feige's a white. You guys don't know this stuff. You do not want, as a white guy, to lose and be disrespected in your mind when people praise a black guy over you. That should tell you all you need to know. It also explains why Kevin and Lou didn't even bother to show up at the red carpet premiere of the show. Yeah, because he felt like this. I almost guarantee what Kevin Feige felt in this moment. A black guy had outdid him, a gay black guy at that, and he did something that the fans actually wanted and was actually hoping to get out of the show.
I hear you. It was like getting a lot of trash in the background. It was getting trash for being this woke show from this gay black creator, and you know they've got this non-binary morph. Yeah, but they've got this non-binary morph, and then oh no, the showrunner got fired before it even actually aired. It didn't seem like it was going well for it, so I could understand why perhaps they didn't show up. Still, that doesn't show they have a lot of confidence in it. But I can understand why you'd want to distance yourself from the negative press that was getting at the time.
Bob, what do you think about all this stuff?
You know, some of it might be Beau just being upset because he got fired and he's just letting it all out there. But I think there's probably a lot of truth to what he's saying, just based on what we've seen from Marvel. I mean, you know, we had this whole talk about them compensating their writers and whatnot. This is a Marvel issue where they don't want to connect with the comics. We've seen many people in the chat talk about how they only use some of these stories as a template for that. And you got a guy like Demayo who actually tapped into the source material, wanted to do something that was more, you know, grounded on that source material. And it doesn't surprise me that he would say a lot of the things that he says, and that there's some truth to it. I fully believe that there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah,
100%.
What do you think, man?
Yeah, no. Let's definitely save the worst for last. I think what he's saying makes a ton of sense to me. It's kind of what we've all expected and suspected all along. But you know, what I'm hoping for is a Gina Carano-like situation here. I'm really hoping that, sadly, season 2 of X-Men 97 kind of flops. I don't want that, but if you look back to even the original animated X-Men series, that last season where they went to, I can't remember, was it the Canadian company? Whichever one it was, it is kind of trash. I still like it, but that season was kind of trash. I don't want this show to have that, but I have a feeling when they replace a difficult person who's able to get some piece of art that nobody was expecting, that you know, everybody was on the back foot saying like, this is gonna suck, nobody wants this, and for it to actually be amazing, I don't see season 2 doing that. So I think it's going to be a step down, and I really hope that they take a look at that and understand and perhaps get him back, provided it wasn't egregious what he was doing as an offense. If it was, you know, why weren't the cops called? Like, that seems like that would be illegal or something. But anyway, so I want justice for Demayo. Perhaps we can get some, Gina Carano-like justice and get him rehired for season 3. But maybe that's just wishful thinking. MSK, I guess we're ready for your blatherings. What do you think about this?
Never ready for that.
Oh, God. I mean, I'll be honest here. This sounds a lot like of meetings that I've heard that goes on in other companies as well, not just Marvel. Like, executives have one way they look at something versus the people that are the talent, and it's a lot of reading the other person's mind. One person wanting to basically take all the credit because they're putting everything together. Oh, God. I mean, I do believe Kevin Feige got a little angry that 97 had received so much praise compared to a lot of the other MCU movies and TV shows that came out. I mean, by the way, you guys talk about it, it's like pretty much better than all the TV shows and most of the movies that have come out. So
it is.
I think it's my favorite. Very few MCU things go above that one for me. I really dig it. There's some aspects of it that could have been done a little bit better. I think Rogue's initial arc would have been much better than what we ended up with. But
yeah,
still, man, there's some powerful shit going on here, and some amazing arcs in the comics actually get shown here. It's quite abbreviated, but man, I really dig it.
Yeah,
if you like the comics at all, I think you'll dig 97, but it's a very abridged version.
And it's crazy the fact that one of the executives at Marvel, as what based on what Beau says, despises comic books and probably doesn't like the fans either or the creatives. You know, a lot of the best episodes I hear from the show are comic book influence. Fucking hell, yeah, because that didn't come from his genius. Obviously, came from someone else's genius. You know, back when X-Men comics were a little bit more better than they are now currently. So, yeah, I mean, this is also what happens when, you know, success gets this big. You know, there's a reason why Kevin Feige won't be replaced. Is because the past success he had will always be the bar. You know, so even though I think Kevin Feige said he has 2 more years as his contract, he's not leaving. I'll be honest with you guys, don't even set yourself up for that. He's not leaving at all. They're going to renew his contract and give him buttloads of cash because that past success he's had is going to dictate how his future always goes. You know, even though what has he done for me recently has been pretty fucking ass. Outside of, I think Thunderbolts is fine. I liked Fantastic Four. I thought it was fine. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that Phase 4 and 5 are complete train wrecks. Doesn't matter at all. But it also goes to show you that, you know, Kevin Feige doesn't respect the creatives. And just is one of those guys who just wants all the credit to himself because that's how it works. You know, it always goes produced by Kevin Feige. Yep, he sure makes sure he's the first person in the credits. So, yeah,
but he does deserve some credit for what he has brought forth, though. Like, I don't know if he hadn't have given a shit in the first place. I don't know. Maybe we would have gotten some more of those like 80s versions of some of these superhero flicks.
The whole comparison between the Fox movies. I will say this. When people said the Fox Marvel universe was better than the MCU, if you said Phase 4 and 5, I'd agree. I mean, I guess maybe I would agree with that to a certain extent, but probably still, I'd be like half and half. I think people are too nostalgic on that Fox X-Men universe. I think it was there were some great movies in there. There was some good movies in there. Obviously, there were a lot of dog shit in those. A lot of bad in those. I wouldn't go that far. I think the MCU was sizably way better. You know, I'm pretty sure the MCU ain't competing with the quality of X-Men Last Stand and X-Men Origins Wolverine, the peak line of superhero cinema, right? X-Men Apocalypse, that horse shit, you know? But it's better than the horse shit now. I don't care. It's horse shit. I'm not fucking... No, my shit was better than Bob's shit. You know? It's like, still shit at the end of the day. Just, what shit do you prefer eating, honestly? But, yeah. Pretty sure he just confirmed everything I thought about Marvel. So thank you, Beau. But it was a black man that gave me all this info. I think, okay, you know, I wish the white man would do it, but it's okay. Beau did it, so that's fine, obviously. So I don't know what he's gonna do next. I mean, maybe he does go to DC. Maybe he does. If I was James Gunn, I'd give him a shot. Why not? They have something in common. They both got fired by Marvel at one point.
True.
Yeah, if somebody can understand his plight, it's probably that. And also, I think he got fired for some sort of immorality thing again because of tweets from a while ago. Who knows?
Who knows?
That turned out to not be nearly what it was made out to be. And I don't know exactly what happened with Beau, but you know what? I think. Again, if it's just sending unsolicited pictures saying the pose should look more like this, yeah, like that makes complete sense to me. Look at that dude. He looks like a superhero. So, I'm going to kind of believe him for right now. But yeah, justice for him, man. Hire him back for season 3. If they don't, then yeah, I think DC would definitely be missing on something special. What he was able to do with X-Men. Man, anyone would be crazy not to work with him. Maybe you give him a couple clauses, like he can't text people outside of work or something like that. But still, what this guy can do.
That was also weird. If that's also true as what he said, you can't even contact the comic book writers. Like, why can't you contact them to get some idea? That's crazy. No, you're actually barred from even.
Well,
they're basically thou shalt not meet at all.
Okay, but legally you meet with Chris Claremont or whatever, and he kind of gives you some advice on how to do some arc in there. Does he now give a way to sue you for stealing his information, his content, something like that? I think there could be a reason legally why it's like, do not contact the writer of this.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, even I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but there might have been a legal reason why, but I'm guessing that might cost money. We don't want to spend any money on this shit. Just fuck the comic. Write it your way.
Yep. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye. Peace. Wow. We had a banger show today. You guys, I for the most part, usually have to carry you guys. But you guys did a pretty good job today.
Thank you.
How much weight could you carry? Seriously.
I went to the
How much
gym
you
I think,
squat,
a few days
kid?
ago.
Okay, and how much were you squatting?
I can only pretty much squat like 135 pounds, honestly.
And you think you could carry us? Come on, MSK. I know you spend most of your time doing the good girl, bad girls. What are those? Adductor, abductor ones? I get you.
All right, I'm going to get a drink. You guys talk and carry the show.
Okay.
How's it going, Bob?
You know, it's going good. What have you been up to?
Not much. Checking out a couple of movies. Happened to check out Weapons over the weekend. Were you able to?
No, I wanted to go see it Thursday, but I got pulled in. Well, I shouldn't say pulled into. Blaine over on Criticless asked me to join him over on Criticless Cast on Thursday,
Nice.
and so I ended up going to do that instead. And then Friday I already had plans, and then weekend I usually work, so I didn't get a chance to go see it. So hopefully I can go see it tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
I've heard really good things.
I don't think there's much that can be spoiled, but try and go in as blind as possible. Man, pretty much what they showed you in like that first trailer is like the first 5 minutes. So
to be honest,
really
I've actually avoided spoilers. So
nice.
So
I really dug it, but did you like crap, now I'm forgetting the name of his first one.
What did I do?
Barbarian, yeah.
Okay, I did not like Barbarian though. That's the only thing that's got me hesitant.
I thought the story of the director of Barbarian saying he's tried everything for it to get a physical release. Talking about that?
No, we weren't talking about that, but let's talk about that in 1 second. Did you like oh god damn it, now I'm also blanking. What was the Nicolas Cage horror one?
I know which one you're talking about. Dude, I'm blocking
Mandy.
on it.
Is it Mandy?
It's the one that came out last year.
Yeah, where did you dig kind of the tone of that one, the Osgood Perkins one?
No, I missed that one too. Like as far as Barbarian goes, I like the first half. It was the second half I didn't particularly like.
Fair enough. I hope you dig this one. I really dug kind of everything that he is doing in this one, but I really dug Barbarian. This one and Barbarian kind of convinced me that like, oh, Krieger is going to be amazing when he does the Resident Evil franchise. I'm really looking forward to that. I think he could do amazing in that thing. I'm
gonna give it a shot because even though, like I said, that I wasn't a big fan of Barbarian, that doesn't mean that this one won't connect with me.
It's not a lot like that. But I was just wondering if you dug his first one. But fair enough.
The first half I really
a lot
liked.
more polarizing.
I really liked the first half of Barbarian. It was the second half where I was kind of like But I've heard nothing but good things about this one, so I do need to go see it.
I don't want to overhype it. It's not like the most amazing movie ever or anything like that. But man, I really dug it. I think what it's going for tonally, it nails it. And
I'll let you know what I think
and,
once you see it.
A lot of the actors are awesome too, and it was originally supposed to star Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I heard that they changed everything when he dropped out.
Yeah, but I highly recommend seeing it. And I don't know if you don't like it, fair enough. Even people who are like, a lot of people have called it like this genius new one. I think that's way too much pressure. But man, I really dug it. But MSK, you were saying that somehow Barbarian is having issues getting a physical release or something.
So the director of Barbarian said he had tried everything to get a physical release of Barbarian. Because the moment he brought that up in that tweet, I was like, yeah, it hasn't gotten a physical release. I don't know why it didn't. Who was the movie production company that produced Barbarian? Was
blanking.
It Blumhouse? It was like Searchlight or some shit.
Was it Neon? I'm kind of barren. I'll look it up right now. I'm blanking on who it was.
Neon Lights was it them? Or was it like Neon or something?
No.
Barbarian. Who makes
I'm looking into it now. It'll take just a second.
92% in Rotten Tomatoes. Holy shit.
Yeah, good for them.
20th Century Studios. So it's technically Fox. So technically Disney distributed it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, Zach Kreger, physical release, home media.
Yeah, so it's Boulder Light, Dare Films, and Hammerstone Studios were the production companies. So I don't know. Sometimes that holds it up, but all of
it
those seem
hasn't been
small enough
released
that they
on
would have paid
Blu-ray.
anything.
Yeah, so it hasn't been released on Blu-ray or any other physical home media format. It's been released on video on demand, obviously, but Zach Kreger said he unsuccessfully lobbied the film's distributor, 20th Century Studios, for a physical release. Petitions don't mean anything, honestly. No one cares about that shit. I gotta watch Weapons. I've heard some pretty good things about Weapons. What's the last horror movie I went and seen in theaters? I guess you could count Trap, probably is the last one.
Trap? You're counting Trap as a horror movie? That's an M. Night Shyamalan thing. That's not a horror movie.
What do you mean? It's a slasher movie. I guess.
This girl slasher movie.
Yeah, I call it trash. You know, it's called Trap. I call it trash. Honestly. This girl was hitting on me earlier. She was like, I just want to blow you, MSK. I'm like, sure you do. Lying bastard.
Doubtful.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. You guys talk.
Hey.
Wow.
Anyway,
this is an awesome show that we put together here.
Yeah. No, I mentioned, Gray. I was on a Criticalist cast the other night. We were talking about Oblivion, that Tom Cruise movie from back in 2013. I did rewatch that before talking about it. I'd forgotten so much about it. I was really digging that one.
I remember liking it back in the day, but I have not gone back to it.
What I didn't realize, I think it does. And what I didn't realize, Joseph Kosinski directs it. And yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I'd forgotten how good it was.
That's awesome. Yeah, I got to go back and check that one out. There's a bunch of them from that time that I only ever watched like once, and it's like, okay. I don't know that one. I also remember calling it something else. I think the poster called it something else. I remember always forgetting the name Oblivion.
Well, part of the problem I think is that the movie came out the same time that, or the year before, The Edge of Tomorrow came out, and that's the one that people kind of remember from that time as far as Cruise's sci-fi movies.
I bet that does. And that one had the same thing. That was what Live, Die, Repeat or something like that.
Yeah.
They were doing that weirdly where somehow like the slogan or something I remember, but not the stupid title. It was all around that time. But yeah, I actually was confusing the two. Which one's Oblivion? Now I'm kind of wondering if I saw that one.
Yeah, that's the gist of it is Tom Cruise is on Earth playing this guy who's like a drone repairman, and Earth has been pretty much wiped out of human beings, and they're there basically to help collect like resources and stuff that's going to be shipped back to humanity, which is now on Titan, and he's at the same time got to make sure that these drones that are helping to protect these like these things that are getting the resources from the aliens on the planet and stuff like that. I mean, it was pretty good. There's actually a lot more to it than what I'm describing, because like the first half feels like it's one type of movie, and then it switches gears when some things get revealed. And so, it's pretty cool. But the fact that it's directed by Joseph Kosinski, who directed Top Gun Maverick and F1, it's pretty dang good.
I got to check that out again.
Yeah, I had completely forgotten about it. I just remember liking it, but then Blaine was like, "Hey, go check out this, or let's talk about this one." And so I went and rewatched it. I was like, "Gosh, I've forgotten how good this was."
Yeah. Oh man, I think I got to go back and watch that. I know I watched it around the time, but Yeah, it's not really ringing a bell right now.
Yeah, check
I
it
think
out.
I
It's
can
good.
go back, man. Thanks for the recommendation. And sorry, WZ is pointing out in the chat, War of the Worlds feels like the most underrated Tom Cruise movie. I don't know, man. Like it kind of affected culture for a while. What is it, like Scary Movie 4 or
That's
one of
true.
those
Yeah.
scary movies? It's all kind of based on that. And that holds up as one of the better War of the Worlds adaptations, especially given the Ice Cube one. I know
Yeah.
MSK loves this new version, which by the way, MSK, why aren't we doing a react to War of the Worlds starring Ice Cube?
Whore
Come
of the
on, man.
world.
Get a members only section and then have that as one of the subscription benefits. Let's do this.
I don't think no one would care if I did that. What do you guys? Why are
Okay,
you lying to me?
let's go to the Discord. Let's have a movie night, record it, put it
Another
up on the
place I don't
channel.
want to be. Good lord, Discord with losers
Well,
and cloud chasers. Holy crap!
fair enough. I mean, you rightfully probably would get banned, but still, it's for reason. TOS. But yeah, War of the Worlds. I dig that one actually, but I don't know. Maybe it's just my nostalgia goggles. I also haven't gone back and watched that one in like over a decade.
I need to go back and rewatch that one too.
MSK, you ever see some Tom Cruise War of the Worlds version?
I'm gonna I'll just go buy Taylor Swift albums. Maybe that'll make me feel emotion.
Thought you already owned them.
Shit.
Yeah,
late.
I mean, oh, you mean just to have the physical copy because you already have it like on your Spotify and it's downloaded to every device you have. I get you. Yeah, that makes sense, man. Support the artist. You're an awesome host, MSK. Your shows are top notch.
Yeah.
No. Variety uploaded a tweet talking about Taylor Swift's new album she announces, and
you're paying attention to that.
And
yeah,
I
you're listening to it.
There,
you're like, oh my god! As part of Tay-Tay's army, I got to tell you, your top whatever list is inaccurate. Let me explain the reasons why. They're getting a very strange letter from the Maxter right now.
No. I wanted to get some nice traction on that tweet, so I made sure to post it right now.
Well, you're in top form tonight, MSK.
But Emily has a point. The 50s War of the Worlds is pretty awesome. I really dig that version as well. All of them are great, except for the damn Ice Cube one that just came out. That is ridiculous. We could do better things than that during COVID. Come on, what's wrong with you people?
We did a reaction to some of Ice Cube's better moments from that movie on this other show that I was on Wednesday, and over on Chainsaw Reacts channel. And
oh hell yeah,
it was pretty bad.
MSK needs to clip some of those because man, these are some awesome Ice Cube. Like they're gonna be memes if people actually watched this thing and knew it existed. They are like the perfect reactions. Like the whole movie is somebody sitting in front of their computer, much like MSK. So what do you have them do but react over the top? And man, Ice Cube is great at it.
Oh,
kind of puts MSK to shame.
I have to remind Divinity to download League. You said to remind you to download League. There you go. As you guys know, Divinity loved being on the show last night. So, God, it was so great.
Does that mean the restraining order hasn't actually come through yet? Or what are you basing on?
I remember he invited Iron and Selena for his birthday, and all they did was sit on the couch. No, they didn't come for that. No, that wasn't that one. I don't remember, honestly. I know they came out, but I don't think it's because of my birthday. It was just a random invite. I don't know what I'm gonna do for my birthday this year. I don't even fucking know. That's too far out to plan for. Probably nothing because I'm already successful. You know, who knows? Honestly. What else is there?
Are you still on that Taylor Swift tweet?
No, I'm just going through Twitter. Just scrolling through Twitter. Oh, Vaughn Coleman, his indie comic book Phenomenova is about 85% funded on Kickstarter. That's good. You know, he's white and successful. So that's
So you funded him then?
I don't think I backed this one yet. I will when I get paid. I'll have to probably do it. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't read the other two ones yet. I should.
So once you get paid, you'll put your back into it?
That sounds kind of gay. Kind of gay.
That's weird that you took it that way.
It just depends. Also, it's a Tuesday. What else is going on here?
I mean, East Coast, I guess. Oh, yeah. Is that why you were screaming East Coast Tuesday earlier?
I don't know. I think I was just going outside and throwing jars of mayonnaise at the highway.
I'm glad it was mayonnaise this time.
Have you ever tried wanting to slather mayonnaise on my hot, naked body?
I have not tried that, nor thought it, nor appreciate you putting that image in my mind. Damn you, sir.
Oh, shit. No, all jokes aside, next week, I don't know if we have any topics, because unless anything big drops, maybe we'll go... Oh, we still have Fantastic Four, but we can cover that this week.
I mean,
I have
War of the Worlds.
I have one topic to cover. I have one. But unless maybe we do just watch something on Monday and we just do that. Maybe. Who knows? I'll have to think of an idea for Monday. We could do a tier list. Oh, the hottest ladies in the MCU tier list. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a nice one. All the black women
again,
are in the bottom.
You rate yourself a 7, so it all has to be balanced by that as well. So we'll see how you rank the women, and then keep in mind MSK is a, what did you say? Did you say rock hard 7 or a stone cold? I can't remember what it was. It was something
7.5, almost an 8 if we're being honest here. I'm probably an 8 out of 10, but you know.
Okay.
Emily agrees with me. WZ agrees with me. Michael agrees with me. So it's okay. It's not to have people validate me. But yeah, let me see. What movie did you say?
Hell yeah.
What was it called?
It doesn't matter. You should so Emily points out that Alien Earth is tomorrow. Holy shit. Are they actually is it premiering tomorrow? MSK. Now I'm going to be celebrating Tuesday as well. Hell yeah. I am really looking forward to that. I got to be honest. It looks pretty amazing. I hope it's as good as the trailer is.
Hold on. Oh, War of the Worlds. 3% on Rotten. Good Lord.
Yes.
It got that high?
It stars your favorite.
Someone gave it a pity rating. Ava Longoria. All right.
And Ice Cube and what's his name? Coulson or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Coulson,
the MCU guy.
Oh no. There's no way. That movie must be absolute pile of ass. Can we watch a shark movie? God damn it. I want to watch a shark movie. Maybe. Who knows? It's so bad it would be hilarious. Good Lord. I thought watching movies is for losers, honestly. This looks like low budget trash.
What are you talking about?
There's a movie called
You're talking about War of the Worlds?
No.
Oh, of course, your shark movie.
This looks like a shark movie that looks. Oh, sorry. Oh, no. This literally looks like low budget dookie ass. Hold on. Let me mute this. Let me put it over here. Oh, that's why I made this too big. 75. What? This looks kind of high budget. A little bit.
Said it's never too big for you.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh God, I can't put the audio. I'm gonna get in trouble. But just look at that CGI. Better CGI than the whole MCU. No, this is not. Oh God. Ape versus Mecha Ape. That's every black person's favorite movie, probably. Holy shit. What in the world? Shark Waters. Rated PG-13, probably. I need to go to the YouTube section. I need to go to the comment section and see. Are you guys just letting me just go off? Hell yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, we're letting you have control
Someone
over your
said-
show for now.
The first comment under the trailer is like, "Bro, this movie looks like it was made for $10."
I mean, come on. The outfits cost more than $10, but not much more. I don't know, man. What is your obsession with shark movies?
I love
You
them.
know
They're
they're
so
not
fun.
good.
I mean, come on. They're low budget, so bad they're good.
Dude, how can anything top Deep Blue Sea? Once you got that thing, you know.
Did you
kinda-
like The Shallows? Did you like that one?
I never saw the
Yeah, I don't know if I
People
did.
said
I know I
that
watched
was-
the trailer for it,
Did
but
you
I
watch
can't
The
remember
Reef?
if I actually watched the thing.
Not The Reef. Did you watch Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Damn it, son of a bitch. No, it's not the movie.
Whatever meters.
No, 47 meters down. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That ending is such a middle finger. I hate that shit. The second one was better. I think the second one was better. They're gonna do a third one. The third one, I think, wrapped production not too long ago. The third one should be coming out very soon. But no, I'll get back into reviewing movies at some point. I just old and black at this point. Well, you guys saw the Meg, right? You saw Meg. Did you ever watch
Yeah.
Meg too?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw the second one. Again, I think I just watched the trailer. Saw the first Meg though.
Someone said the Meg is the best one. No, it's not. The Meg is pretty bad.
Were you again, man, does it have an LL Cool J song on the soundtrack? Does it involve Samuel L. Jackson with a fake out? I don't know. It doesn't seem like a Deep Blue Sea to me.
Wasn't there? Oh my goodness. People should watch. Have you seen those videos detailing what happened with Deep Blue Sea, is the test screenings and all that shit, and what they altered at the ending? It's pretty fascinating how like that is always going to be my go-to for when people say test screening audiences should be trusted. If you guys have watched Deep Blue Sea, you know the ending. There was another ending they were gonna have that actually was more of a worthwhile ending, because the ending we got is fine. I like the movie a lot, but the ending that we should have got as far as character resolution for what the movie was presenting to you, I think that's the one they should have went with. But test screening audiences even back then did not like women that were considered like bitchy, unbearable girl bosses. Like no one liked that. No one likes that at all, really. But we're gonna wrap it up here because I'm gonna go probably have sex with a girl or something. I'm gonna get some stuff done. So we'll start with Grey Poupée. What do you have planned coming up that you would like to let the audience know about?
So I would like to thank the audience, mainly Emily, for pointing out that Alien Earth is actually airing tomorrow. It does look like it is August 12th. So hell yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. But, I'm trying to get MSK to watch War of the Worlds 2025 so that he can at least get some reactions. And I think a reaction to Ice Cube's. I was just stuck in that Deep Blue Sea thing. To Ice Cube's reactions in there would just be legend on top of legends. Perhaps it is a hat on a hat, but I want that. I need to see that. So that's what I'm trying to get done in my spare time. But I'm putting very little effort into it. But yeah, other than that, you can catch me on the internet. That's about all I got going on. Hey, Bob, what do you have going on, sir? You seem to be popping off all over the internet. You got anything awesome coming up this week?
Oh, well, I am planning on watching Alien Earth as well. My understanding is both the first two episodes are actually dropping tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. Hopefully, see Nobody 2 on Thursday. I really enjoyed the first one, so I'm looking forward to checking this new one out. I'm sure it's not going to be nearly as good, but I still want to watch it. And this past week, I was on Criticless Cast. Like I said, we were talking about Oblivion. Go check out that episode. If you want to see a reaction to the Ice Cube from War of the Worlds, we did do one of those on Chainsaw Reacts. That's up as well. And that's pretty much all I got going on. Actually, quite a bit has been going on, so that's cool.
Oh, yep. Weapons came out. I'm pretty sure Bob did a review of that, right?
No, I actually missed it because like I said, I got asked to do a Criticless cast on Thursday of last week, which is what I was going to do. I was going to go see Weapons instead, but it didn't happen because I already had plans Friday, and then I work on the weekends.
You should, put in a good word for me for having to come on the show sometime.
Here we go. I am hoping to go see Weapons tomorrow, though.
Okay. As you guys know, for myself, I have Monday and Thursdays off moving forward now. And also tomorrow, so that means pretty much just for Tuesday and Sunday, you guys pretty much get dedicated game streams. So this week, tomorrow, game stream. I'm going to stream League of Legends pretty much toward the end of tomorrow as I get off work and rest for a little bit. Wednesday, the MSK show. Depending on when I get home, we're supposed to start at 9 p.m. PST, right? And I'm probably going to only have us do one topic for the MSK show for Wednesday since we're already starting that late. I would love to start at 8:30 p.m. PST, but, pending when I get off, I need some time to quickly recover, obviously. So I'll ask the guys if they want to go over two topics or one topic,
Plus, I mean, don't discount the amount of times that you need to start the show over.
Again. No, I would never do that, actually. So we'll probably end up going over, like I said, just one or two topics on that show coming up on Wednesday, be around 9 p.m. PST. Thursday, I'm supposed to have a one-on-one with someone, but if I don't, because things might change, then I'll just stream Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel or play League of Legends. And then we have the Cloud9 podcast, 8 p.m. PST, me and Mr. Blanks. That'll be the end of season 15 as we are on the 23rd episode of season 15. And as you guys know, when we hit 23 episodes on a Cloud9 podcast season, that means the season is over and we will start with season 16 the following week. Friday, I have the show with me and Lunchbox Warren. I don't think you did. I don't think you guys like me enough to pay attention. It's okay. It's all good. Friday, me and Lunchbox Warren, our show is 8:30 p.m. PST. Maybe earlier, just depending on how I feel after work, because I usually get railed at work pretty hard. And then
after
Saturday, me and Labs Comic Fan have our show at a new time, new day, 7 p.m. PST. I think I want to put it at 7. Maybe I say 7:30. Yeah. Our show's going to be at 7:30 p.m. PST.
Definitely slumming it here on this channel.
God. It's okay. It's okay. And Sunday, depending on what Divinity tells me, she's going to download League of Legends and we're going to start her League of Legends journey so I can have someone to play League with constantly. I'm not going to yell at her, guys, if we lose. I'm not going to do that. Okay, I might. But it's okay. I'm going to have to show her and guide her and get her to be the player I want her to be. If she ever plays League, who knows? But if she doesn't hit me back on Sunday, then I'll probably just play Master Duel or stream. Or maybe we do the Cloud9 podcast because we're technically supposed to do the Cloud9 podcast on Sunday. Just depends on, if me and Chaz want to do it. Because to do the show, I have to watch the games. And I don't want to do the show if I haven't watched the games because what could I talk about? The point of doing the show is watching the games and going over many other things as well. So, yeah, that's our schedule for the week. And you guys are just nothing but a bunch of worthless clout chasing pieces of shit. So thank you guys for checking out.
Might be true, but come on, man. I'm sure you could have found something to blather about on those shows, even if you haven't watched it. Don't sell yourself short.
That would be pretty disingenuous,
Yeah, MSK.
Oh, God.
On brand.
And oh, God. But yes, so thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. We will see you guys later.